Hello? Hi? Did I do it?
Hello.
Did it work? All right. Hi. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the last Q&A stream ever. I'm just kidding. For 2021, the last Q&A stream. It's our ninth one. And as such, we have, well, you've already seen one. We have 9 little presents scattered around in the Q&A slides today. My name is Nick, aka Goknak, and I am the project lead and lead developer of MomentumMod, here to answer as many questions as I can. But yeah, I am joined by some lovely people on the Momentum team here. So let's go ahead and introduce yourselves and we'll get going.
Do an order of the webcams. So happy.
Let's do the Discord list. So just alphabetically through the Discord list, yeah.
So yeah, that's me first, I guess. Hi. False. I do the 3D art and also campaign lead for Jump. But yeah, probably seen my work. If you've been in the Discord at all, player models coming soon. Pretty much.
Hey, I'm Tom. It's Fingerprints. I didn't mean to dab. I was stretching now.
Just a real quick dab.
Like
Start us off.
dabs in almost 2022 from dabbing. No, I do some campaign story work and UI stuff mostly at the moment, and also I've been learning Blender lately. So I made that background thingy with input from various others. XP.
Hey, I'm XP Man. Or am I next?
Oh yeah, I guess we can go with XB because yeah, that's fine. We got two others.
I'm the last on the Discord list, but I'm a mapper, and that's what I've been mostly focusing on recently. But yeah, I also do some web development occasionally. That's about it.
All right.
I guess I'm next. Hi, hello. My name is Happy or Alex. I will do music for the game. I will do Russian localization for the game. I'm a local lawyer, local Russian on the team, and I'm wearing a Santa hat today because why not?
Very festive. I'm wearing red. This is the only festive thing I could find. And then last but not least, we got Traz.
Hi, I'm Trazox or Alex. I do a lot of UI design stuff, do branding, media, stuff like that. Everything that's like fancy looking, I've probably had a hand in, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh yeah, you also run her TikTok, which is very vital for us reaching us.
I'm editing a video right now.
Ooh, we got a new TikTok for all the TikTokers and. All right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Cool. Yeah.
All right. Are we ready for the first question?
Mm-hmm.
So first question is Ark asking where button, and Dexter asking where is the playtest button? I don't see it.
We also had somebody in chat asking how does the playtest work, or like how do you get access. So this is in reference to the last Q&A stream. We announced the playtest button and then it came 2 weeks later. Thank you, Valve, for getting back to us before the end of the year. That was the plan, I guess. But yeah, the playtest button is now live. You can actually see it on our store, !store in our chat, as well as in our bio. And yeah, if you haven't signed up or added our game to wishlist, feel free to do that. And keep in mind that the playtest is not first come, first serve like I thought it was. It's actually completely random. So sign up, if you want to get a chance to play the game. We'll be slowly but surely adding more and more people as time goes on. But right now, we're just kind of trickling more and more people in. Every Saturday at 3 p.m., we just give Steam a number, and Steam grants that number of people randomly from the list access to the playtest. So don't feel bad if you don't get in. Over time, right, the game's going to get better. You're going to get a better build by the time you get in, if it's not immediately. And yeah, eventually we will have it be completely open before we go 1.0. So it's going to be around a month or two before we're like feeling 1.0's release date is coming on. We'll completely open it up to everybody. So just keep that in mind. But for now, share it with people that would probably enjoy the Momentum mod playtest, and definitely make sure you're in our Discord to give us any feedback that you have for the game. But yeah, it should be there now, and yeah, hopefully you get access sooner rather than later. But we do appreciate your patience, and it's just only going to get better over time. So yeah, cool. Yeah. Was there any other input about the playtest button or the playtest? Cool. It's I guess I'll note here, it's been awesome to see everybody's response to the playtest, to having having a public access to the build in some way or another right now. It's personally making me really excited for the future of Momentum mod. I cannot wait to open the floodgates, so to speak. Right now we can't do that because, first of all, it'd overwhelm us in terms of our server, as well as our our mental capacity to be able to take feedback from everybody at once. So we're just kind of easing everybody in, and yeah. So in terms of numbers, we currently have 2,400 people with access to the playtest that we've done through that dashboard, and there are roughly 5,800 in the queue. So over 7,000 people, 8,000 technically, if my math is correct. That is incredible. I'm amazed. Again, my peak number for all of this game has been 10,000. I expected at most 10,000 people to really give a shit, but the fact that there's 8,000 just waiting to play just the playtest, and we have 19,000 people wish listing the game, it's incredible. It's just insane to see how far the game has grown and come since at least a year ago, right? It's insane. But yeah, so all right, cool. Was there any other input for this?
It's nice to have. It's nice to have more players active. Useful for testing stuff. I need to test some lobby related UI stuff. And now there's often a lobby up, so yeah, it's good. And just makes dev work feel a bit more sort of pressing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's nice seeing the game feel a little bit more alive.
Yeah,
just having people actually play and stuff. Cool.
It's nice to not have to send people over to Goknak anytime they're begging for a key.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah,
people aren't getting kind of as many spammed requests asking for them. They still get them, but it's at a lower volume now.
Yeah.
Please play Conc.
Very, very true. A lot of it has been interesting seeing people get into Conc, actually, and actually really enjoy Conc. It's been great. It's been great
seeing people streaming it, especially people just picking up random game modes they've never tried before. Has been really exciting because that's always sort of been what we wanted from the game, is to by centralizing stuff, make it so people that are mostly playing surf or whatever actually try these other modes. Because if someone's really, really into one movement based game mode, they're quite likely to be into one of the other 9.
Right.
And so that's been really exciting.
Yeah.
And I mean, we'll have defrag for people to test out more soon. That's sort of in work in progress at the moment. Yeah, it's been great seeing amount of stuff, streams and whatnot. It's great.
Yes, yeah, it's been great seeing streams. I've been trying to pop into all of the ones I can. It's hard because of the time zones, right? But yeah, it's been fantastic seeing it.
It's actually incredibly useful for dev stuff as well, especially for me with UI. I'm very often in people's streams, looking at how they're interacting with the settings and stuff, and what seems like it's annoying for them, that sort of thing. Having a stream you can just have on as you're working on other stuff is really nice for development work.
Yeah. the background soundtrack to your development. That's it's just great seeing it. So it's like small tastes of what I guess 1.0 will eventually be, right? Or I guess the open playtest if everybody that cares about the game gets access through that. But still, it'll be fantastic to just see how like the game impacts everybody, and you come in on one mode and just start to learn another. But yeah, we'll move on from this question. We definitely got a bunch more to get through. So thank you, Ark and Dexter, for asking where the button is. It came 2 weeks after we announced it, so halfway to this stream, it came out, and it's just been fantastic seeing the response since then. So, yeah, cool.
All right. So next question comes from ZM asking, are you allowed to change the project name from Momentum Mod to just Momentum? Would the team even want that? The project isn't even a mod anymore.
Cool. So I'll take this one. This is kind of more of a higher level question, and I did prep some slides, some educational stuff to get through. So I'll go ahead and swap over to this. So yeah. So first and foremost, the main thing that we don't want to change our name to just Momentum is search engine optimization. So SEO. This is, if for any non-web devs in chat, search engine optimization is just returning the right kind of like data to a search engine when it crawls your site in order to place you higher than maybe other sites. And so, right, like if you go onto Google and you search Momentum, right, like, yeah, it's a physics term. You get the physics definition. You get it looks like a plugin for Chrome. You get the Wikipedia page. You get there's textiles and wall covering. Yeah, so just Momentum by itself in Google is not going to get you very far, right? Cool, but you know we're a game, so you might search.
SEO matters.
Right, it does matter, and if these are people that have heard of Momentum but haven't gotten direct access to like a link to Momentum or anything like that. So these are people that would have to rely on a search engine. And I am just using Google here, and I know it's a little personalized here. So maybe your results may vary here if you go and search Momentum or Momentum game, because if you're, Google learns like what you're into. So if they think that you'd be into Momentum Mod, they might show you it. But yeah, and then here's the, Momentum game, right? So searching Momentum game, it's on Steam, right? That's cool. So, looking at these two, right? Okay, so looking at this, it's physics-based platformer, that's us. A fast-paced racing style game, oh, that's also us. Except no, that's not us. Neither one of these, we're not Projectile Entertainment. None of these are us. So, like if you actually look at the full page, we're actually like, was this fifth? Yeah. So we're fifth on the page, and it's like, okay, so we at least show up on the main page, but still, it's like, that's not great. So, comparing that to just the actual like search for Momentum Mod, we're every single result. At least for me. I don't know if it differs. You can notice on the side there's also receive results about Momentum Mod, the video game. There's a bunch of there's like a bunch of like avenues for us to like really represent ourselves if we have mod appended to our name here. So when you search Momentum Mod, and it's very memorable, right? Hopefully, you get us. Ideally, I don't know. Again, your mileage may vary. If you try searching for Momentum Mod, you might see the Minecraft mod. There are other Momentum mods, but they're actually for other games. So there's like a Minecraft mod. I think there's like a Sonic a Sonic mod too. Like, it's great. There are other Momentum mods, but we are pretty established and dominant here.
We'll overtake those, yeah.
Yeah. And so we prefer this. So we would prefer people searching for the full string Momentum Mod and being able to very quickly find us. We're number 1 through, we're basically the entire first page. And then it starts to delve into the, the Minecraft mod and stuff if you go into the further pages there. Now, obviously, there are further ways that you can use like Google, like there's like a search engine like dashboard thing that you can sign up for. So we're on that. We're making sure that we're showing up for the right search terms, I guess. But when it comes to just general naming, right, yeah, this is just the best outcome when you have something so distinct that you can just dominate the first search page with all of your stuff. So yeah, feel free to try searching for Momentum Mod. I don't know if this differs for people. I've only seen this kind of locally, but again, Google knows everything about me from my current local network. So yeah, I'm sure it's probably a little biased in the results here, but yeah. So that is the main reason there, right? So being able to find us pretty easily is one of the benefits of having mod in the name. The second thing is, right, we're not unique if we go just momentum. In fact, there's two, and you probably already saw it in that search result. There are two other momentums on Steam, right? Like, so right, like we would show up in that first bucket there as like another momentum on Steam, and so. Yeah, it helps distinguish us here. There's also in momentum, supposedly no momentum. I guess they got upset about momentum. No momentum for you. And then maximum momentum down there. And then even a momentum demo. That's awesome. You can try that marble rolling game out. It has not been updated since 2016. It's great. But yeah, there's now another momentum on Steam. So it would not really set us apart. Yeah, so it's kind of tying in with the search engine optimization. But yeah, so the momentum mod distinguish here, or the signifier here, helps us stand out also when you're searching for us as well. So in Steam. And then yeah, the third point here is that we are in nature a mod. We started off in one as one, sorry. So right back in I had to dig this out of the vault. This is our old logo when we first started. Momentum mod was literally just a Counter-Strike mod back when we started. And so, when you like start off as a mod and you're building your game, right, as you grow, okay, you start to incorporate another game and so we're still dependent on these two, right? And this is our second logo that we iterated on. And then, nowadays, like comparing where we started from where we are now, we still have like these roots, right? We still have the Counter-Strike, the TF2 roots, but we're branching out. So we have Ahop from Half-Life 2, we have Conc from TFC, we have defrag from Quake, we have Titanfall 2 Parkour movement, and then spin-off modes of any of these, right? So we did branch off from the Steam code. That's very true. Anyway, so there's the idea, right, is that we are this kind of dedicated platform, and we aren't really a mod nowadays because, again, we don't really rely on these games as much because we'll have avenues of getting these assets that we truly rely on. But the fact that we centralize all of these different games into this one platform kind of just makes it as more of its own kind of, all of these movements from all of these games into one platform makes it just this nice standalone kind of game feel to it, right? If we didn't get engine license, if we didn't really expand our scope earlier on in the project's lifespan, then yeah, maybe it would be very applicable to us. We would still be a full-on mod. But the fact that we are kind of just creating our own platform out of all of these modes and iterating on them, and then also providing something unique with the campaigns in the future too. So we definitely have like a mod route, and just I guess like further expanding on that, right, like the mod kind of makes it feel familiar, right, because of our one-to-one-ness that we're trying to go with all of these modes. A mod makes it feel more familiar, right? It feels like a Counter-Strike mod, but it isn't, right? It's its own game, but it should feel like it, because that's the kind of feel we're trying to go for, is like these modes that you have known and loved should feel as good as they do in their base games. And so, yeah, that's kind of just tying back to our roots, but also just keeping it familiar too. So that's kind of the main three, right? That's kind of the main three reasons why we're kind of sticking as Momentum Mod. We could, right? We could change. There's nothing preventing us. The first part, right, of the first question there, are you allowed? Yeah, we could, but we don't want to. And that's answering the second one. And then, yeah, the project isn't a mod anymore. That is very true. Just kind of reiterating that. We are not a mod. We're a standalone game that has all of these elements from these games here. And then we still are missing, I guess you could technically put Portal's logo up here, right? Because we have Portals from Portal. And then, like any other elements from other games. I guess Grapple Hook technically falls under like Titanfall. But yeah, so... it hopefully this answers that. It's very delicate because that's the thing, right? Is like having mod in the name kind of makes it a misnomer, right? By default, people are going to hear mod and be like, oh, so I'm going to need like a base game in order to play this, but no, it's just kind of our history. And it gives us fantastic SEO. we are, we dominate the page if you search for Momentum Mod versus Momentum Game or Momentum Steam or something similar, right? So, yeah. And then I guess, a little side note on that, there is technically a game called Strafe. Strafe would have probably been something that we could have rebranded to if that game didn't exist, but that game already exists, so whatever. Whatever. It's fine. We'll stick as Momentum Mod, but yeah. So hopefully that answers that question. We're back. Hi. Was there?
See the cat.
Yeah.
Could I just add that I think one thing that should give us some degree of confidence is the fact that there is another very successful major game on Source, Gmod, that has mod in the name that is, Gmod's quite a good name. It's quite a sort of iconic name. I think that worked. And that's an even sillier name. That's named Gary's mod.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uniqueness is just so much more important than like sounding super cool.
Right. Keeping it to just one syllable or something, right? Like keeping it so short and sweet, and it's like the more simplistic you go, the further in or further away from the front page of like search engines or like relevance that you get, and that's just not worth it in the end. Because it's cool. You're named Strafe, but wow, you're like page 6 on Google. I could not find you. Or it's like, wow, there's like 12 other games named the same thing. So yeah, it's yeah. It is very true about Gary's mod too. I guess I forgot that point too. Yeah, you guys play Gmod, and it's not a mod. It's its own kind of standalone platform. So that's how we ideally want to be viewed, is just we're our own game. But it started off as a mod, and just grew into what it is. And so, yeah.
Sideways.
Gary's mod was the first paid mod.
We got a cat cam going. Yep.
It's like a matter of representation.
Yeah,
because people just got used to hear Momentum Mod.
Yes, that too. Yeah, people do not like sudden huge changes like that too. So like actually rebranding like that would be hella confusing.
Really
for everybody.
Annoying. Where would we put the arrow thingy? Would we do it on the after just Momentum?
Yeah, exactly.
We wouldn't have we need to have 2 words at the end.
It needs to be the centerpiece, right, of our nameplate logo. But yeah,
but seriously, that would be really, really annoying to have to do.
I think that's what our really old logo did on like the 06 build. I think.
Yeah, it was right at the end, and the dot was in the U. Yeah. We have come a long way since the old days of Momentum Mod. And then that is a good example in chat there. Rajas posting Reflex is named Reflex Arena, right? So you don't search Reflex, you search for Reflex Arena because it's an arena shooter. So kind of similar vibe there too. So cool. Falsus Cats mod. Yeah.
And the last thing from me, the Gokna kind of touched it, but again, legal reasons. There might be, legal reasons. We're gonna change name, and somebody like, who stole their name?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So we don't like having a more unique name is just better overall. Just better overall. So yeah. Cool. All right. We'll move on. Thank you so much, ZM, for this question. Hopefully that answers that. Yeah. It's here to stay. We're Momentum Mod. It also rolls off the tongue better, right? Momentum versus Momentum Mod. right? It's like first and last name. It's your full name, right? We got another question about pronunciation for the mod, so we'll or the game, so we'll hold it to that. So, all right, moving on.
So J Swag is asking, with the amount of stats, information, and UI elements available in Momentum mod, will you be doing anything to prevent new players from being overwhelmed by everything?
It's such a good question.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a Tom question.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
Tom, do you want to start?
I
us
actually
off?
forgot this question had been asked, but it's a really good one.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's definitely hard, especially because stuff like map selector, we have so much stuff in one place, and it also, people have a lot of like expectations. Just, it's a game on source, even though the UI looks really quite different because of Panorama, meaning we don't have the same settings menu as every source game we've ever seen. People still have certain expectations, so some stuff I think we do pretty well. I think we're doing pretty well to make the map selector sort of not too overwhelming, but I think we could do a bit better. We probably are going to change up how the game mode buttons in there work. I think lobby stuff we can do a bit more to make better. Not so much overwhelming people, but some people, what I've noticed in streaming and stuff, haven't been noticing that there is this whole sidebar on the right. So I think we can improve that.
Yeah.
In terms of overwhelming stuff, I don't know. I don't think some earlier mock-ups we had maybe were a bit overwhelming, and we deliberately simplified them a bit. So some of the stuff on the leaderboards, I think we did a pretty good job with. Where the main thing is to just think, okay, what information is actually relevant to the current bit of UI we're working on?
Yeah.
Because if you have a bunch of data about a player, what rank they are, what badge or whatever they have, stuff like that. You can easily ask yourself, okay, do we need to show a player's badge in the leaderboards or something, for instance? Which I think within the mock-ups, and I don't think we are doing that because it's an unnecessary amount of information.
Right.
And also we have the fact that we're kind of quite limited in the amount of stats and stuff we can show in the game UI. And Panorama gives us a lot of control, but it's not as fast to develop for as something like Angular. Especially in terms of showing a lot of statistics, because with Angular it's much easier to construct a query where you're just getting a bunch of data back and displaying it in a table or whatever. So we're in a position where I think we can pretty comfortably show a lot of stuff on the website, and we're going to be improving that going forward. Where if you want to see a shitload of stats, you'll be able to see a lot on there. And generally not having too much stuff in game, especially because it's just that amount of stuff would be really, really hard to show technically, because a lot of that stuff has to be routed through C++ and whatnot. So I don't know. I think we're doing all right so far. I think most of the cases, the issues we're currently having are things that are just a bit unintuitive, and we can just work on a bit more in terms of just UI UX. But yeah, hopefully right now stuff's not too overwhelming. Maybe map selector is a bit, but people are going to be spending a lot of time there, so I think
I think the only overwhelming UI we have right now is the comparisons panel, and that is going to be rewritten and made better. In the
also the
Panorama
speedo settings. Speedo settings we'll work on.
Yeah,
we just got those in. And I think in that case, like Braid did this amazing job writing a shitload of really tedious JavaScript, getting the whole speedo stuff to fit the mock-up.
Right. Yeah.
And right now it's in a really, really good spot, but I think we probably will whittle it down a bit and simplify it a bit, where we'll try and keep the same amount of functionality just about, but simplify it down a little bit.
Thank you, Grandis, for the rate. Yeah, and that's we touched on it earlier too, with the amount of people streaming the game and just getting their first looks into the game. It's giving us a ton of valuable feedback as to like what is too much, right? Like, how do I turn this thing off is the number one thing that like tells us that something is too much. And so we're taking all of this feedback into mind. And then the other thing too is, as we approach like a 1.0 kind of state, we will be looking at giving the game to people that have never done any of these modes, and we want to see if we can kind of get a good reaction, like telling them, it's almost like it's just straight up user testing at that point, of just being like, all right, play this map or something, like tell them to do that and just see how they do it, like see how they execute on it, and like what filters do they activate or something in the map selector, things like that, to give us just a rough idea of how easy it is and how straightforward it is for people to be able to like explore our UI and find the information they need. And great point about the website. The website is going to be the number one place to go for all of the stats, all of the data. The Panorama UI can only show so much. That's just a physical, and it's also just a design decision too. We don't want to show you everything in game because that's like everything in game, right? Like all of your stat, everything like that is just so much work for us to do, and it's like, you know, a certain percentage, like really low percentage of players will want that, and that's better on the site anyway when you can use open source graphing libraries and stuff, right? So
graphing's one thing we've discussed quite a bit, and I'd be tempted to mess about with panorama graphing stuff a little bit, you know, using the panorama canvas, but I mean, it's just that stuff really just belonged on a website.
It's not very fun to do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funny vectors.
Yeah.
No, seriously, panorama canvas has got some serious jank in it from what I've used. It's just I mean, I spent like $50 or whatever it is on CS:GO's stat
Panorama stats, yeah.
Just because I was curious to see what they were doing with it. And there's some stuff with canvas. It looked pretty horrible to make.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's the other thing too, is we can tailor the UI as well, being a full game. We can this was brought up, I think, in either the previous Q&A stream or the one before it. You can answer kind of a questionnaire, like showing us how familiar you are with any of these modes, and we can tailor UI based on that. So, you know, if you've never played any of these modes ever, we don't have to show you things like, oh, what percentile are you? Or things like that, right? Like that doesn't really matter because you won't really be caring about that for a while. And all of this could be toggleable, right? We just set defaults or something in settings for what we show. And then if you ever want to turn things back on, you just go to settings and can turn it back on manually there. That's another avenue that we can explore. Finding sensible defaults for different skill levels is huge. So that should help with not being overwhelmed, at least. Again, people love seeing data, though, right, on the HUD and in UI and stuff like that. So just having it, like the goal is to implement it with everything shown, and then just be able to toggle and kind of collapse panels based on that.
I mean, if people are getting overwhelmed by stuff, definitely do let us know.
Yes.
And I think, oh, this person, they're getting overwhelmed by the map selector. No, that's actually really, really useful information for us. That we'll definitely act on.
Yeah.
But a bit of feedback back like that already, and
Yeah. Was there any other input for this question?
I was just gonna say, the streams are genuinely so useful.
Yeah.
It's amazing how useful they are.
Yeah,
like so much
sure.
of UI UX. Like we do a lot of the UI, but not enough UX. UX is in user experience.
Yes.
Seeing new people stream the game for the first time, especially if you are streaming and you want to spend as little time in the settings menu as possible, watching a streamer like try and do something really quickly or whatever, and seeing everyone having the same sort of issues finding stuff quickly, is really, really informative. And I just take like endless notes on like little things to change. So it's awesome.
Cool. All right, we'll move on.
How clear that False's Doom gameplay is on the stream. For being like a tiny compressed square.
Yeah.
Is it good? Oh shit, it actually is not bad.
There's no key hidden in this gameplay, just letting you guys know. He's just literally only just playing Doom.
Not a mod. Okay, I died.
Yeah, he died already. Anyway.
All right.
Thank you, JSwag, for this question. Hopefully that helps answer that. It is extremely important for us to get the UI and UX feeling really great for really new people. So, all right, we'll move on.
So the next question is from Murgle, asking, what is the official abbreviation / shortening for Momentum mod? The one I've seen mostly is MMod.
Yeah.
Most people say that's how I've been saying it.
Yeah. MMod.
I do full caps MMod.
Yeah.
You know, some people swap it out, like capital MM and then
MM's pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like MM should catch on a bit more just because it's so convenient to say and right.
Yeah.
But,
Mom mod's good.
Mommy mod.
Mm-hmm.
That's not very short. That's like almost the same length as Momentum.
It's pretty good though.
It is.
I do a mixture of MMod, capitalize OD, and MommyMod. That's kind of my two. There's not an official abbreviation, mainly because MMod is a thing. It always is a thing. Yeah. So the other MMod, which is probably a bigger mod than us, I don't know. It's the Half-Life 2 one. It's almost like the cinematic mod or whatever, where it revamps Half-Life 2's campaign. So yeah, that's a mod. So that's why MMod's a little weird. MM could be mistaken for matchmaking. I've seen anyway. Yeah, so like the abbreviations for it, MommyMod's the safest bet because it's just you have no ambiguity there. You know exactly what you're talking about with that. But
I also just call it Momentum, but we're not allowed to have that as an official one.
Right. Yeah. As explained earlier, we cannot. We're not going to be doing that officially, but Momentum is kind of a shorthand way to do it. You don't have to say the mod; it's kind of implied if you're in the Discord or whatever. If you say Momentum, but like we're not going to think you're talking about the marble roller if you say it. So yeah, it's kind of just up for interpretation because we don't really have an official one. But MMod, MM, or MommyMod are all acceptable.
We've never really needed to have an official one because we just use our regular logo wherever it's needed.
Yeah.
I can't think of any circumstance that we would need to shorten it.
Yeah.
And when we do shorten it, it is just like the arrow like logo.
Yeah, exactly. If we needed visual visual shortening. Yeah. Is there any other input for this? Any other shortenings?
I think we can just call it
Just the letter M. Brought to you by the letter M.
You see us.
Yeah.
We can buy ads.
We'll dominate the first page with the letter M if you search us. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be funny because when you, for example, play in one map over and over, that's have to be a point where you're gonna be like,
right,
so
right.
Kind of
it's very topical. It's topical to what you feel when you play the game. But yeah, all right. Well, thank you, Murgle, for that question. Yeah, just kind of go with what you want. Mod. There you go. Just however many M's you want, and then mod, and that's pretty good too. All right, we'll move on.
All right, the next question is from Tomatrix asking, is there any chance for a map exclusive cosmetic rewards for completions, e.g. beating Surf Devil and getting devil themed cosmetics?
So I'll take this. We talked about cosmetics, I think, in a couple of Q&A streams beforehand. The map specific stuff, personally, I would want to reward gauntlet completions. I think gauntlet completions leading to kind of cosmetics based around you beat this really hard 6-hour long tier 6 gauntlet or something, right? That deserves some recognition there. Absolutely. We want to have the layers of cosmetics is you have the cosmetic store, right? Which is, so I guess recapping for those who are new, we will have a cosmetic system. You cannot buy any of the cosmetics with real money. We can't do that. Valve doesn't let us, but we'll have a cosmetic store that the currency that you spend in the store is earned directly through gameplay. So beating PBs, beating a map, all of the XP that you get for your level translates over to currency as well. And then you can save up or spend that currency on whatever you want. We're not ever going to do random chance cosmetics. We're not, that evil. We might do it as an April Fool's or something. But that's how the main cosmetics, what you get viewed as with your player models, your weapon models, any effects that we want to do there, that's how we'll do that. But when it comes to kind of more completion-based things, like completing really hard maps and completing really hard gauntlets, we want to have a way to represent that on your profile as well. So we're also going to have things like badges, and those things are tied to things like completion. So honestly, a Surf Devil kind of badge or something like that for harder maps that get added, that are these really, really tough experiences, we could look into doing. It's not impossible, right? You complete a map once, right? Like so rewarding that is definitely doable. We're never going to do things like, oh, you have top 50, so here's cosmetic, because the moment that you lose that, what happens to that cosmetic, right? Do we lock it? Do we take it away from you? It gets a little messy, and then, you know, it's no longer applicable, right? Because you're no longer top 50. So like, do we allow you to keep it? So yeah, there's we're never going to do anything based on like a changing stat, but things based on completion is definitely possible. I would love to see kind of completion based cosmetics like that, but I personally would want it more for like the gauntlets, or just kind of these longer treks through the game. But it's not impossible to do it for an individual map like that. Did anybody else have any input?
I don't know. I mean, we're gonna have so many maps, right?
Yeah.
But, like, and also, you know, I feel like if we were to do something like that, it would have to be in communication with the mapper, because as soon as we start including like game content with that map, then it's sort of like get
Special
a sort
treatment.
of level of, or kind of that, and also or like, you know, it seems like we're kind of then, you know, using their content sort of for something specifically that we're doing or something. I don't know. Like,
I
Yeah.
think my problem with it is that it's just not consistent with the way we would have any of the other cosmetics being unlocked, because it's like most of it's through the point store, and then there's just random ones that you get just from playing a map. I don't know. It seems kind of weird.
Yeah. Those are great points. Like, that's because it's a game cosmetic for a specific very small slice of the game, if that makes sense. So it's kind of, so like, that's why it's like the gauntlet is incorporating all of these maps, or like all of these experiences that you could do. And then that way it's spanning across the entire game and not giving one particular map or mapper, you know, favorability or anything like that. It's kind of celebrating more skill towards everything in the game, as opposed to just one part of it. That is, or like one very, very small nugget of it, even though Surf Devil or you know, maps like that would be very difficult to complete, right? That it'd probably take me like a year or something to complete. It's just, it's a lot of coordination to be done with the mapper if it's individual like that. Yeah. Was there any other input for this? Cool. All right. We'll move on. Thank you, Tomatrix, for this question.
Yep. The next question is from Vibe, asking, will there be native Linux support? Is that...
Yep.
No. Yeah.
Yep.
Is it
Right.
already there?
There is.
Yes. Yeah, it's already. Yep.
Okay. I guess we can move on before the code.
Next question.
All right. Did anyone actually want to add on to that? I guess not. JSwag asks, will it be possible to include drivable vehicles in our maps? No.
What was that? Some CSS maps you used to be able to sort of drive them. I don't know how they work.
Funk vehicle.
Airboat.
It'd be like a vehicle made out of brushes.
I specifically remember the pull request that removed Funk Vehicle from...
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
I don't think we're ever going to see it again.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. It's gone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, vehicle, like the airboat's pretty fun, but not really. I always dreaded like back when Half-Life 2 had the airboat in the route, I always dreaded it. Because it's just kind of boring compared to ABH, right? Like it was boring compared to the actual main method of movement. If it is its own thing, like maybe, but at that point it's like, you know, like it has to be unique enough movement to warrant being its own kind of mode or thing added.
I really don't want damn jumping momentum.
I know, right? You know, add back canals and add a bonus track for airboat completion. No.
Another problem is that it's just another thing that we have to track in like the replays and network.
Yes.
And it's just not going to be fun.
Yeah. And a lot of them are physics based, and that just, yeah. And like how much variability is there? I mean, have you seen the new Half-Life 2 speedrun route? It's insane what a fucking wheel has done to that route. A wheel on a vehicle has broken the game so wide open that it's gone under like an hour in real time. It's insane. So I don't want that happening for our game. So most likely no. Funk vehicle would be funny to add as like an April Fool's, I think, update though. Like just just re-add it into like some bonus map or something, and like not actually have a leaderboard or something for it. Just have people like relive their glory days with Funk vehicle. But yeah. So mostly no. No drivable vehicles. But we'll see if we'll have like a joke update in the future that has like some vehicle related stuff in it.
We're not gonna add drivable vehicles, but we will adding a paladin's horse movement.
Oh my god, the mount system! I forgot about that. Yeah, that's true. Our
We'll
mounts.
add a new thing from that momentum iceberg.
Oh no. Oh man, we're gonna get sued by Blizzard. That's how they're gonna save their company. They're gonna go after us. Anyway, yeah, so we'll move on. Thank you, JSwag, for that question. Hopefully that doesn't disappoint you too much, but yeah, it's just not really realistic.
The next question is from DunsterJR, asking, do you have any plans to include novelty leaderboards for some of the track stats on the site? For example, highest levels, most strafes.
This is interesting. Yeah, we could. So that's the thing, right? Like we are collecting how many rank points you have, right? So by default, we're not going to be showing you like a rank points leaderboard, but it would be really cool to see just in general who's, you know, the momentum man. Where
I'll be showing rank point leaderboards.
It would be more of like in the stats section of our website, like it kind of buried, because what we care about is individual game modes. We'll show you rank point leaderboards.
Right.
Yeah, sorry, I meant total.
Yeah,
sorry, clarify there. Yeah, total rank, as in across every game mode. Things like that. So like the highest level overall, right? Sorting by who has the highest cosmetic level. Things like that where it's just totals. We could do that. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to kind of explore that, but it's not as important as looking at like, oh, in terms of like surf, this person's #1 in surf or something like that. But we'll see. I mean, if people genuinely want to see like who's the best overall momentum player or whatever, we can make it more pronounced on the site. It's just we know people care more about the individual game modes that they play more than a total. So making it kind of more of like you gotta like click another button to see these totals or something, right? So like we'll have like maybe like on the site we could have like each individual game mode, like you select it, or you can click like all, or it'll be a filter. I don't know how the UX will go, but you know, something like that where it's like you could have everything show up if you want to, or you could filter to, you know, just the game mode you want.
I mean, stuff like completion percent, are we going to have that of total game completion?
I mean, yeah, we could. We'll be tracking it for your profile.
That would be something that would be genuine. Yeah, it's something. Yeah, right. Is a genuinely interesting statistic.
Yeah,
I feel like with total ranked points, if you like, how to make it balance it so that you would genuinely benefit from like being good at every mode, as opposed to like the person that just happens to be like best at surf and like has some rank points in like one other mode, like might end up being right on top or something. I don't know. Like, would it?
Right, because
so that statistic is that actually reflects who is the best.
Getting 100% on that would be like almost impossible.
Yeah,
completion would be. I don't know. Like I'm seeing who manages highest completion. I think would be a really cool thing to see because like, a lot of people will go for it across like every mode.
Yeah.
It's like very few people have 100% in just one game mode. And there's probably going to be game modes that they don't like.
Yeah.
So it's very possible that there's not going to be anyone with 100%.
Yeah, but if
That's
someone's still
interesting.
getting close, you know, they
Yeah.
can do like a high tier 5 or like, you know, tier 9 or whatever on the new system on like every mode.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be
Showing them on
interesting
there
to
would be
see.
really cool.
Yeah, and that's what I mean by like not making it default, because it's just, yeah, like there are people that don't like that, we don't want to make feel bad because they aren't trying the rest of the game. You know, like some people just don't genuinely like other modes, and that's
Yeah.
okay, because our game, you know, allows you to play whatever you want. So like having the stats be there but not, you know, promoted is kind of how I've been wording it, is definitely possible. Yeah. Global completion, global rank points, global, I mean, we could look at like badges, right? How many people have the most like badges or something, right? From tournaments, things like that. Yeah, I mean, it's not, they're novelty leaderboards is, yeah, I guess that is the best way to kind of describe them, as the question does, is they are more for novelty. They aren't really that important, but if you're curious, you can see it.
Yep. Stuff like most strafes we currently do track, I think, which I kind of hate. It's this useless
Yeah.
statistic we show in a
silly.
bunch of places right now that just
Yeah.
isn't very
How many
useful.
strafes do you have in sticky jump?
I think we track it just because it's something really easy to track.
I think
Yeah,
we
no,
track it
that's
just because it's like a surf and Bhop stat.
But in the future, we'll be
Yeah.
definitely doing, you know, more sophisticated stat tracking.
Yes, more game mode relevant stat tracking.
Right.
Yeah, right now our stat system is literally just like it's recording the exact same stats across every mode. So yeah, jumps and strafes and stuff like that don't matter for the non-surf and bunny hop modes, right? Or I guess and KZ, but yeah, so stats tracking in general is also yeah, and that's the other thing too, where it's like global doesn't make sense because it's like global sticky bomb, you know, no number of sticky bombs used or whatever, and like looking at that like across, I guess, all of sticky jump like is the only place it applies to.
Also,
right?
who really
Yeah.
cares about who's used the most sticky bombs?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of
It's just the person who's been shooting them.
yeah, it's the kind of thing that you track just because it's something very easy to count.
Yeah.
When you know, writing the actual code of literally what stats, you know, counting the number of sticky bombs you find is really easy. It's just, it's not actually very interesting. Like,
Yeah. Was there any other input for this question? All right, thank you,
guess the last
Dunster.
thing
Oh,
to-
yep.
Oh, I was just going to say, with web API work going pretty well at the moment, we'll definitely be in more of a position to start thinking about statistics moving forward. And I think a lot of us I'm really excited to start thinking about stats and displaying that and front end stuff more. So we'll definitely be seeing more of that in the future.
Yeah.
Stuff's been really good over the last couple of months. So yeah.
Yeah, and we're getting as more people kind of flood in, we're getting so much stats around what people are playing and stuff like that we can start to try to represent some of that in the front end. But as we collect more, it'll just get better for each mode. So, and then the other side of that too is we could collect stats via Steam, even though they aren't, you know, the most secure or whatever if it's done through the client, but achievements will be tying it. So like we'll count how many jumps you've done because we have Steam achievements for jumps or whatever. So like we could look at that, but I mean that's who cares about that kind of stuff, right? So
I'm gonna have 1 billion jumps in the first day.
just host timescale 10 underneath like a low ceiling, easy. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Dunster Jr. for that. We'll move on to the next question.
All right, CaWu is asking, will Momentum Man be making an appearance somewhere in the game? Probably not the Michelin Man.
I thought Momentum Man was dead. So I don't know. I think answering this might spoil something with the campaign. Oh. I don't know.
You mean like we'll have a player model?
Yes.
Is our player model called Momentum Man?
No, of course not.
No, that's a different thing, right?
Yeah.
Momentum Man is the best player ever. They mastered all the game modes.
Yeah.
And that's not everyone. Not everyone can be the Momentum Man.
Yeah. So I don't know. Can we spoil this?
You'll have to tune in.
Yeah.
in like a few years to find out.
Wait, spoil what? The
The campaign, the lore
The
yes.
lore.
behind
The
official
Momentum Man lore.
Momentum Man.
There will be no men in the campaign.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah,
Made of momentum.
take that what you
It's-
will.
It's gonna be the first campaign to pass what's that test?
Professional?
Bechdel.
Yeah, it's gonna pass the Bechdel test
Professional.
and the Turing test as well.
We're going for every test. We're passing them all in our lore. Yeah. So yeah, the actual answer of like the Momentum Man logo or the emote that we have, and the reason why we don't have it on Twitch as well is it is literally the Michelin Man. We cannot actually have like any official branding with them.
Yeah.
So unless we
the
partner with them,
Michelin
I don't know. But yeah, the joke
Michelin
is
Man thing
yeah.
started as a joke, just thinking what would be the worst mascot you
Worst
could have that is
mascot.
so blatantly ripped off from somewhere else.
Yeah, and it's just grown into the wildfire of marketing that it is now. So yeah, in serious, no, but we could have some Easter eggs or something referencing it. We'll see. Like it, like we'll actually see like what we can get around with. Probably like an artist's rendition of Momentum Man might be okay. Stuff like that. So we'll see. Some Ratman drawings or two. Yeah. All right.
Are we good?
Yeah, thank you, CaWu, for this question. And we'll move on to the next.
All right. We got the Epic Gamer Waezone asking a question. They want to know when Trenchbroom Momentum Hammer is going to happen, which I think Lumia did some work that's like that,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
I didn't pay
think Lumia
attention.
wrote something. For
Yes, I just
Yeah.
pulled that up. Yes. So, Trenchbroom, Trench Boom. That's the name of it. Wait, no, it's Trenchbroom. I miss.
Wait, is it?
Typed
I think it is Broom.
Yeah, it is Broom. Trenchbroom. My bad. I might have misspelled that.
People are crazy.
Anyway, yeah, so this Trenchbroom, for those unaware, is basically a level editor for Quake games. It supports Quake 1, Quake 2, Half-Life 1 games based on those engines, so Hex and 2, Team Fortress Classic, stuff like that. It's going to eventually have Quake 3 and Nidtech 3 support in the future. It is like really clean code compared to Hammer. It is just very modern, just straight up Linux support, like right off the bat. The UI is also really straightforward. It is different though, and that's an asterisk there. A lot of people are used to Hammer and all of the keybinds and all of the workflows out of Hammer. There is actually a very brilliant GDC talk that actually delves into the UX of level editors and how easy and straightforward it is to just do something. A lot of like modern engines and stuff make it really hard to just do like place an entity, or maybe not place an entity, but like create a box or something, like a hollowed box or whatever. Things like that where Hammer succeeds and like other editors don't. So there's a giant trade-off that happens when you go to like fully support Trenchbroom like that. Right. So I guess let me read some of Lumia's notes. One sec. So right, like adding source support to Trenchbroom would make it one editor that you'd be able to create like maps for all of these games. Though for us, it doesn't matter. We want people to create maps for Momentum. So that's just a benefit though. You can create it for everything there. There are technically more powerful brush tools in Trenchbroom compared to Hammer. That is the UV editing in particular is pretty much bar none. Or is it par none? Anyway, so it's pretty good there. Oh my goodness. Thank you, House Gamer, for those gifts. Thank you so much. I don't have the stream elements thing. That would have been awkward. I think that's in my other scene collection. Momentum Man. Thank you so much for the subs there. But yeah, so Trenchbroom would be much easier to maintain than Hammer. It'd be fully open source, so anybody could contribute to our fork or branch or whatever of it. And yeah, it's like source. Yeah, you'd be able to map on Linux, right, and possibly Mac technically, right. However, it is an unprecedented amount of effort on our end, because again, the Quake and kind of Half-Life 1 map formats are completely different. It is where source came from, but things like, let me see, displacements, models, overlays, etc. All of that stuff that Hammer just comes with, we'd have to rewrite and re-implement. That's not the worst. We have the code to do it. It's just, it's porting, and then it's making it work inside of the editor that isn't designed to work with models and and displacements and overlays, etc. You would have to effectively write a new renderer that supports source formats and shaders. So if you want to preview your maps in any accurate format, you'd have to be able to support all of the materials and shaders and so on that source has. But yeah, there's there are like projects that have done that, like NoClip, the NoClip website, and Nuclide, it looks like. But it just hasn't been done in a level editor, right? So it's not necessarily the same, but yeah, it is possible. It's just a lot of effort, right? Tons of effort. All of the missing UI elements, right? So for all of the displacement editor, all of that like tooling needs to be re-implemented in UI. Texture browser, model browser, sound browser, particle browsers, all of those. You would also have to bring all the quality of life features that Hammer users are used to into the editor as well. So yeah, like the viz groups and the entity inspector and things like that. Trenchbroom does not have that, because again, those games don't really either support or care about these things. And then yeah, you also have to add support for entity IO. That's a lot of effort. And there's also probably a ton more things that need to be done. However, and it would also have to be done while maintaining compatibility with every single game that Trenchbroom already supports. Unless we were to completely fork it and just like not care about those games and just like try to, I think that's actually what Respawn did with Radiant, actually, GTK Radiant, which is another level editor, the Call of Duty one, actually. That's what they were the most familiar with, I think, because they're ex-Call of Duty devs. Anyway, yeah, so there's definitely routes to go. So the question of when, right? The answer is when enough people with the knowledge and passion want to. Lumia believes it's currently absolutely possible, but only if enough people get on board. Right now, the active Chaos developers are working on their respective games, like Momentum and P2CE. So it would have to be after we release, we would have to basically like have enough dev effort and dev interest in order to pick it up. So like, yeah, a source capable Trenchbroom with the same level of support that Hammer has is at least a few years away, is what Lumia kind of estimates. There are other tools in the meantime to convert Quake maps over to source, but that was I think notes from the other side of the porting. But yeah, so hopefully that answers that. Eventually, if we get serious about it. The other avenue with that, right? So there is also Hammer plus plus, or just straight up improving Hammer, which is our Hammer right now is kind of this mess. It's a mess, but it's also just this mix of like Qt and MFC, and not really focused on by any devs in particular yet, but we will, be able to focus on Hammer more as we get more of the core features tackled in Momentum mod. So there is a great effort right now to port the UI off of MFC to make Hammer compatible with Linux. That is the very minimum right now, is to just get the mapping workflows on Linux. That's kind of just the main focus right now. From there, we can decide, all right, is it worth it to expand Hammer out to the levels that Hammer++ and I guess other Hammer projects could go, or do we go the route of Trenchbroom, just bringing over all of this, knowledge that we've gotten from porting over. Also, that'd be a bunch of wasted effort now that I think about it. So
But yeah.
Yeah. If we were to port to QT and then just go Trenchbroom in the end. So yeah, it's a bit of a balance. I think, short term, the port to QT for Chaos Hammer is the best bet, because we are familiar with and can use the code that Valve gave us. Porting to Trenchbroom is just so much effort up front that it's just it would have to take, and again, I think this ties back to the first or second stream, where if we had the budget or a AAA team, we would throw them onto tooling, because if you have a dedicated team doing tooling like that, yeah, absolutely, we'd fucking support Trenchbroom and like get fully like open source so that anyone can do anything. We'd have plugins for Hammer and stuff like that. So yeah, absolutely. But with the dev effort that we have, I think the best focus of our effort is on just getting over to QT and getting Hammer fixed up enough to support the workflows people are used to, and then from there deciding where to go. A lot of talking about that one, but it is important to get that out, because yeah, it is an interesting idea. It's a fascinating idea. Yeah. Is there any other input on this one? All right, thank you, Waezone, for that question. We'll move on to the next one here.
All right, and thank you to Korki Shimatsu for this Prime sub.
Oh yeah, thank you for subbing.
All right, so CaWu asks, what accessibility settings will Momentum mod have?
Right on. So this is another excellent question. This ties in, I think, with the earlier question about like overwhelming, right? Because there are people that literally cannot handle being overwhelmed by UI or effects that we do, things like that. So the accessibility settings, first of all, we want to support full closed captioning, right? Full translation and closed captioning for people that are potentially deaf. And I mean, Conc is a little more difficult, but we plan to have more UI elements to offset the requirement to hear hear rockets or hear conchs beeping, things like that. We do want to have visual elements, so it is at least my plan to have full like deaf player support, like being able to support deaf players fully there. When it comes to color blindness, this is another topic that I think was actually brought up in our last Q&A stream during the gameplay.
About it a bit last time, yeah.
So this is probably what prompted this question. We do want to have proper colorblind support, or colorblind modes, to where it's not just a really old technique shader. I believe EA has published a lot of their accessibility settings, like what they do in order to, be compliant with a bunch of accessibility standards. So we would like to adopt as many of those as we can. This is going to be more pushed back. Obviously, we want to get the UI in place first to see how it's going to work, and also just the rest of the game in place too. But accessibility settings is definitely something that we want to actually support, or have, support for by 1.0.
Yeah, I think we're so close to being a game that's really pretty good for deaf players, that I think it's only like we're only like a bunch of small improvements away from actually being a really great game for I'm personally, I'm deaf in one ear, so I struggle with playing like Counter-Strike and stuff. Like I'm like having a lot of annoyance there because I can't tell directional hearing or whatever. And I imagine a lot of FPS games for deaf players are really annoying.
Yeah.
But stuff like Surf or whatever, obviously you don't really need sound for, and being able to make sure that I think Conc seems to be a pretty good way along there.
Yeah, it just needs one more HUD element
Yeah.
for the current
Yeah.
conchs that you've thrown out. Because obviously, right now you throw it, and if it's behind you or whatever, you can hear it, and then look back at it. But for conchs that you want to still at least visually time something for, and this will benefit everybody, right? We'll have the timer bar, showing you the countdown there. I guess the only other problem there is rocket jumping. For sinks, you kind of have to either look back up at your rockets or just hear it, right? So we'll have to figure out a good way to kind of maybe show rockets in terms of distance from the player. And this ties in with like, is strafe analysis tools or whatever during runs, or B check or whatever, something like that, are these technically bad? And it ties also into accessibility, because it's like, yeah, I mean, if this is information that people that can't hear would have to use anyway, right? Like, this is just, if it just shows you information in regards to the mode that's beneficial towards the gameplay for that mode, why not, right? Why not allow it and just let it be toggleable based on either accessibility settings or just UI settings in general. So yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. If you had more to say, Tom.
The only other thing in terms of accessibility stuff, I guess, to say is a lot of this we just need input from people that have those accessibility issues, and if people don't want to go through sort of public channels for that, that's totally fine. Probably best way is to reach out to Gok, but you're welcome to reach out to me. I'm disabled. I'm happy to liaise or do some sort of go between, whatever. It's something where if there's something that you think we could do better, then please absolutely do reach out to us, because it is something we care about a lot. A lot of games don't make at all as much effort for it, I think, in part because you're not losing very much money not supporting a lot of stuff, quite specific stuff, but and we can't necessarily do everything. Some stuff might just take too much to have time. But yeah, it's something where we definitely at least want to hear from you, and give stuff some thought. So
yeah. And if there are kind of settings that would be rather simple to implement and just isn't really thought of, right? Sometimes there's things like that we just, it's not even on our radar, and it could just be put on our radar and implemented in like a weekend or something, right? Things like that are really good to, almost like quick wins in a way, but like just it benefits people that would either have that disability or something. So yeah, definitely let us know. You can PM me. My PMs are always open. And then I mean, in terms of, I guess, seizures or other, like other photo, what was it? Photoepileptic.
Sensitive or
photosensitive. It's just the pronunciation's escaping me right now, but the goal for our map reviewing and things like that is we want to make sure there aren't maps that have really flashy seizure-inducing effects. That will definitely be on our map review, because that's just like annoying in general. Like just even not even as somebody who may be disabled, just like having something flash like every 3 seconds or something is just not nice to deal with.
I mean, it's important to point out that like we're not qualified, right, to give like some certification or something, or that we can't give a confirmation that is for people that are photosensitive, have epilepsy, anything in that sort of area. Like we have so much community made content, and we don't have people that are qualified to check that stuff is okay. So we can never, give guarantees. And, no major game will do that anyway. A lot of major games that might have epilepsy issues and stuff like that will say, we give a big warning at the start, and we'll be doing something along those lines. But we will, absolutely try in cases that are super obvious, and maps doing really obnoxious things. Like Gok said, no one wants that anyway. So
yeah. Was there any other input? Cool. Thank you, CaWu, for asking that. Hopefully that helps. Accessibility settings will be in Momentum Mod. We'll be building on them as we go along.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. So next question is from Cam.
Okay.
Asking, oh, Cam?
Yeah, Cam.
What?
Yeah, I was just saying okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They're asking, is it illegal for me to go to the duck pond and start stealing ducks? Here's the thing. When you're airborne in TF2, it limits you to only be able to duck twice.
Okay.
And
Okay.
basically what they were simulating when doing that was you have this pond of ducks.
Yeah.
And you can only take 2 at a time. So as long
Very
as you're
true.
below that limit, you should be good to go.
That's very true. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's actually that's the limit in the law. So,
Yeah.
It isn't. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to steal. I don't. In British law, I think that would be illegal.
Well, British law isn't even real. Like that's
That's
from the
true.
1800s or
okay.
something.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah, do we
lawyer,
have?
so-
Yeah, can the lawyer? Do we have lawyer expertise?
So yes, I mean, like, if you really want to know, like, technically by the law, the pond is like a government property, which means the ducks are government property, and you're pretty much still in the government property, and that's pretty much all. But I think that's like by Russian law, that's
Yeah.
probably true, and I think it's kind of works in the same way in the America or Britain. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're stealing from the community here. Yeah. It's
That's really good to clear up. And
Yeah.
actually, with that, that's everything. That's the end of the stream. Done.
that's it.
No.
See you guys.
I don't want to end it.
Yeah.
There's
So hopefully,
so much more to say.
hopefully that helps, Cam. Yeah. So it depends on jurisdiction. All right. We'll move on to the next one. Thank you for asking that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so the next question is from Ark. They're asking, will the comparisons UI eventually allow more than just PB comparisons? Will those comparisons include racing against ghosts? And what about the sum of best splits and other features? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean the short answer to all of this is yes. So longer answer, yeah, eventually the comparisons UI is going to allow you to in the leaderboard you can right click any run and compare against them. And then also you could in that, I guess we'll have like a sub menu or something, you could decide to race against ghosts too. So yeah, that will be synchronized starts, right? So you have a ghost that you can visually see if it's whooping your ass or not. And then yeah, in terms of the timer, so we do have some issues open for like things like gold splits, keeping track of some of best. And yeah, that is possible. We're not gonna do it on the site. Because again, the only thing we can track on the site is submitted runs. So if you get a really good gold and don't submit the run, we're not gonna accept that, right? Because it's like you aren't doing the submitted run. So, but we can do it locally, just like live split. We could do it locally, and yeah, we could just have like a little gold split file or something that lets you see it. It does get a little more complicated as we start to support things like custom split zones, seeing like times at those split zones. But I think that is just going to synchronize with the timer and make it so that you just compare against maybe something that hit that before. So it's like session based comparisons there. Yeah, so it is definitely a bigger question of how much like of live split kind of elements do we want to have in our timer in comparisons panels. And so again, going back to that overwhelming question, right? We don't want to overwhelm players just trying to do runs or like trying to beat maps or anything. So we don't want like graphs popping up on the screen of like, wow, you suck. Like you got, plus 4 hours against the PB or this world record run. So we always want like this comparison panel to always compare against you at first. We care about your own self-improvement. We think that is by default just the best road to go, because again, the moment you start comparing yourself to others is the moment that your psyche starts to fall apart. So yeah, you don't want to do that. Just kidding. We'll allow you to we'll support being able to toggle the default comparison as well. So you can default compare against group 2 or whatever, like you can choose just like a rough like comparison time to choose, and it'll automatically assign it when you like go into the map. You can also manually override that to any time that you want, so any friend time. That's also another good one, is just comparing against a friend's time, right? Trying to beat your friend, because that's fun. But the moment that you start to like look at like, oh, top 10, and it's like you're not even in group 5 yet, it's like, oh. So yeah, comparisons based on groups is a big one that we'll definitely want to support, and then allow in some way or another defaulting to, right? Like if you want to see a group 5 time, just try to place into group 5. Yeah.
We're gonna do some comparison panorama stuff really pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'm probably gonna work on some of the components for like an individual time thingy like tomorrow. So I'm gonna work on the end of run stuff tomorrow. So I'm probably gonna make some stuff for that. But then and then some other dev will be doing the actual like run comparison C++ stuff pretty soon.
Yeah.
How
much of that?
So yeah.
How much of that would be reliant on the replays, and or is it none at all?
It depends how much we want to pull from the site versus a replay file. Ghost racing depends on the replay, for sure. Yeah, like where you are in the run, that's where the replay shines, right? Because the replay is literally the run that you did. But the stats surrounding a run, like splits when you enter or exit zones and things like that, those can be actually just individual database like columns, basically, right? So or tables even. So yeah, those will be kind of like, you don't have to download the replay in order to compare, but if you want to race against a ghost, you would have to download the replay. Yeah. Was there any other input for these questions?
I think we're good.
Cool. Thank you, Ark, for asking that. Yeah, we'll move on.
All right. CaWu is asking, will the Momentum mod documentation be updated with existing source commands that may not have good pre-existing documentation, or will it only be Momentum mod specific? I think, like, for stuff that's not documented well, just document it on the actual Valve developer community.
Yeah.
We're not trying to overtake the VDC.
Yes.
Like we do make some contributions to it as well. Like a lot of Panorama stuff, Bray really improved.
Yes. Yeah. The CS:GO Panorama section was barren when we started.
So and we can make improvements to that. I mean, I could probably help out with that actually. Like the VDC is a really useful resource. It's been a useful resource for like probably about 2 decades now or something. It's been around a while.
It's old. Yeah.
VDC is great. Yeah, it goes down every now and then. Apparently, it's hosted by like some random person at Valve.
Yeah.
But the VDC is great, right? Like, what would the source modding be without that? So.
Right. Pretty. Yeah. It's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, there's like a trade-off of like, how much will this information actually like matter? That was like something I've like found myself as like, oh yeah, this documentation sucks, and like now that we have the code to like actually document it, is like, how much will it apply to like like anyone that doesn't have engine access or something? So it's like, yeah, the goal for our documentation, I guess something to keep in mind is that we also want to have a chaos documentation site too. And so kind of engine specific things that we're adding to chaos or any other chaos project, adding the chaos could go there, and then you kind of just like fall back. So it's like our site falls back onto the chaos documentation, which falls back on the VDC. And so it's like based on like the hierarchy there of like, right, so VDC would be the most important to update if there's something that we care about documenting, down to our chaos engine stuff that we're adding or do specifically, and then down to specific games doing specific things. Documentation's also just a bitch to maintain. Like I'm trying to contemplate like a way to make it so that all of our convars are just automatically documented and generated from what we like like the code itself. So we just run like a program that scans every CPP and header file for our convars and then documents it. And like that'd be really nice to just have that. So that any changes we make in game or in the code, would just automatically generate a new like thing to throw. Doxygen, is I believe one of the frameworks to use there. So something like that would be really nice to have. Something that ideally
settings now. Link to them.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the other thing too, is our games with Panorama, our game can start to link to documentation about a specific convar or anything. And that's nice because it's like, okay, so it's not in console, which is already something we don't want end users to really have to use. Moving it over to a dedicated site that, would have the ability to add images with, videos, how to use it, things like that, where it's just a bunch of rich information that really extends the documentation. So, and then it's not VDC where it's like, oh, this only applies to chaos stuff, right? Like, or momentum stuff where, you see some of that with like some of the VDC documentation, like, oh, it's in every game. Or it's like Black Mesa has some stuff where it's like, oh, this really cool feature's in Black Mesa. It's like, who fucking cares? Like, I don't go to VDC like, oh, it's in Black Mesa. Like, that's cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, again, it's cool that it's in Black Mesa, but it's not applicable to like anybody trying to use it, right? Unless you're going on VDC for Black Mesa documentation. So anyway, like that's the kind of hierarchy that I want to set up. So like the three kind of layers there of like, update VDC where it makes sense to, because it's not documented, because not everybody has CSGO documentation or code, right? And then down to chaos level, down to individual game level. And then just pointing users to our documentation sites based on that, through the game or through, that's the other aspect too, is we could, in that auto generation, we could generate a URL slug to like put in Panorama automatically, if that makes sense. So like if it's named specifically and it's a convar type, it generates the string that's var / the name of it, and then that could be used in Panorama to point to our documentation site on it, things like that. And then we could have like which module it's from. So if it's from the engine, it goes to the Chaos Wiki, or if it's from Momentum code, it goes to our site. So like we could have things like that where it helps with our auto generation and documentation to hopefully cut down on the amount of effort it takes to fucking document everything, and then also allow us to extend it on those sites.
Does Chaos have a wiki already?
I believe so. Yeah, it's very barren though. It
Because
doesn't have,
Last time I checked, their website wasn't even like up.
Yeah,
but
it needs to go onto Cloudflare pages. It's a static website. The wiki the Chaos Wiki is hosted by, I believe, GitHub right now. But yeah, moving the websites over to Cloudflare pages would be very nice, because I believe both of the Chaos Initiative site and the P2C sites are down, because they're hosted on the infrastructure that also hosts our code and stuff like that. So ideally, right, this gets hosted by a service that is known to host, so GitHub pages or Cloudflare pages, something like that. Thank you, Boogaloser, or Boogaloser. Yeah, it's Boogaloser. Thank you so much for the sub.
I just realized a little sub thing shows up on my webcam.
Okay, so we do have it. It's just tiny.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Okay.
Hilarious.
All right. Was there any other input on this one? Very technical, but thank you, CaWu, for asking that. We'll move on to the next one.
All right, DrJaska is asking, will there be a Smissmas theme for the main menu for upcoming years?
No.
Smissmas, that's a TF2 thing.
Yeah.
I think I've been waiting for this moment for so goddamn long.
This is a happy question, yeah.
Yeah, I can make it longer, so the short answer is yes. Not specifically Xmas style, but maybe like Halloween style, but yes, there's gonna be. But again, I'm talking for myself because I don't know about the other people who's gonna make music, but for me, definitely yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were asking specifically about music or if they meant the menu video as well.
We can do both.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I went to spend like every night of the year like rendering.
Rendering the next year's, yeah.
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 But I love
You have
sleeping
to-
next to a computer that is loud.
You have to make
Yeah.
render out like a music video for the Christmas theme.
Sure. Okay. I'll get on that.
Our player model just breakdancing. Yeah.
So yes.
And yeah, for sorry,
Mhm.
Abby, I should let you.
I was just saying like that's pretty much all for me.
Yeah. But yeah, there's not music in the game yet, Porky, but there will be in the future, I believe.
Yeah, I just don't want to blast people.
Yeah.
Like music or menu music volume has to be like 10% by default.
It's for some reason a lot of AAA games. I think part of being a AAA game, to do that properly, you have to, put the player in full screen,
Yeah.
take away all their mouse and keyboard input, and then put incredibly loud music on.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you'll actually sell way more, more copies. Because people really like that.
The Valve intro. We gotta have the guy turning around.
I do like that thing. Another thing is a classic.
Yeah.
But for main menu themes, I mean, I had a ton of fun doing the Christmas thing. Which started out as like a sort of goofy stream idea we had that we do sometime in late December, which we did, and then I got really obsessed with it and was really enjoying Blender stuff. So I decided I'd spend the next like week doing like stuff on that every day.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is really jank. So I think next year we'll probably clean it up a bit and add some more stuff maybe. It's been a ton of fun. But that was a really expensive render. So and like the lighting fucked up a bit. You can see it in game, like I had to like de-flicker the whole thing. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
But yeah. What we have figured out some faster techniques for rendering that background. I think you can see like on stream right now. And I really like the idea of doing some more sort of like variations on that. Because if we've changed the angle of the loop a bit, so it actually loops a lot quicker. You need fewer frames to get a full loop at the same speed.
Yeah.
Meaning that we could do some stuff like, the file size goes down a lot. Right now, like the Christmas one is about 3 megabytes for both the image, the still image, and the video. So it's only 6 megs. Like we can potentially do some more like variations on that and stuff. Maybe for different celebrations time of the year. Stuff like that. Could be really fun. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be that's like what we're trying to do is like we want to have like there's two levels of seasons, right? There's like the seasonal like ranked thing, and then there's also seasons with like holidays and things like that. So or just like time of year, right? Things. So yeah, we're definitely going to be experimenting around. But yeah, as playtesters and maybe people that have watched streams of playtesters have noticed, yeah, we can get pretty festive with our new menu. We haven't even changed the new model either, or sorry, the main menu model. We could add things like
quite a lot easier than remodeling the entire background,
right? Yeah, so we can do a lot of really cool stuff when it's time of year, sort of seasonal things. So we'll definitely be experimenting around, and with that could potentially come music with it too. So here, let me I believe Happy has gone to bed, so one sec, let me turn that. There we go, we're good now. Yeah, all right, so yeah, was there any other input for this question?
Nope.
Cool. Thank you, DrJaska.
Yeah.
DrJaska, for that.
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah.
Stay happy.
Have a wonderful night. Happy. Get some sleep. You deserve it.
Yeah.
And thanks for sticking around. Cool.
Good luck.
Take care. Cool. All right. We'll move on to the next question.
All right.
I believe this is also just asked in chat, so very, very nice timing.
Yeah. Good job.
One second. Okay, there we go. dmaya asked, will surf styles like half sideways, sideways, and backwards be rewarded with rank XP? And if so, how will it look like in comparison to forward surf?
Yeah, so right now we aren't currently planning on rewarding rank XP. Rank XP is typically going to be reserved for the main ranked tracks with forward surf only right now. However, that doesn't mean that these styles won't ever be tracked, right? Sorry, double negative. These styles will still be tracked. If we will have style leaderboards, you can, they're like the way we're kind of packaging it is they are run tags, right? So they're tags or flags, however you kind of want to pronounce it, for your runs. And then you can filter the leaderboards by these tags. So if you want to see the half sideways, low grav, world record, or whatever, you can see that. The other aspect of this is we will track it, right? You'll have ranks for that. And you will still get cosmetic XP for it. So you will still get something for doing it. We could give, some proportional amount of cosmetic XP there. The main thing is that we want to centralize competition, and rank XP being kind of game mode global, right? And then eventually game global. But if you go to that novelty leaderboard, right? Rank XP is more important for the kind of main method of competition, but still offering a way for people that have done these styles to be recognized for their runs and be rewarded for them too is something that we want to support. So yeah, in comparison to forward surf, probably no rank points or rank XP, but there definitely can be leaderboards and cosmetic XP and recognition for that. We could do achievements, Steam achievements for it too. There's kind of like levels of like it's something more to do in the game. Yeah. Like it's not the main competition. It's not the main default way to play. You kind of opt into playing it, but it does exist, right? It is there, that you and you can compete, and you'll have leaderboards, but you won't get any rank XP for it.
Hi, mind if I hang out?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Wait, Bon.
What's up, Vaughn?
Yeah.
Do you know the Q&A is going on right now?
Oh, we're live, like on a live.
Yeah, on stream.
Yeah, do you have anything to say?
50 viewers right now.
Oh, wait, what? We have 150 people. Holy shit. I did not know that. That's awesome, though.
Oh, he's
Hi,
scared
Bunch.
Bunch away.
He's gone. Well, that was your
All right.
Buongiorno featurette.
The maker of source ops.
Yes.
Yeah, he does a bunch of
Fucking
Blender plugin work.
Most like
Crazy.
amazing
Yes.
like Blender things ever. So,
Yeah, Blender.
Well, which is pretty popular.
Yeah, PBR as well. They were one of the original initiative pushers for getting source PBR to actually look more like PBR and work in Momentum specifically. So, yeah. It was good to see them. But yeah, cool. Was there any other input for dmaya's question?
Nope.
All right, I
One
think...
question left and loads of questions posted in Q&A live. We could...
Oh yeah, okay.
Are we gonna leave those for the next stream? Or...
Yeah, we probably should. Oh my god, there's so many.
I mean, half of them are just asking for keys.
Oh, classic. Yeah.
We might have been going for an hour 40. We could go for a bunch of them.
True.
It's up to you guys.
Well,
We could go.
We could get in game and play around a bit and maybe answer some stuff on the fly. And the complicated questions we could leave till.
Yeah, that honestly, that sounds like the best. So Yeah. The Q&A streams, typically we want to go through questions that have been asked in the Q&A live channel in our Discord, mainly because it allows us to prep. The questions that we get sometimes require further explanation or prepping in terms of like what we want to say, so we're not literally on the spot answering things. Oh my god, we got the actually play Conc.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Isn't stop now.
Crap. But we also got a question to play Arcade. We have to balance it.
I think a good amount of these, some of these are quite long ones.
Yes.
And a lot of them are pretty easy.
Yeah.
So I think we could run through some of them, and some of them have been answered before. In those cases, we could point people back to.
Right. There's the other one. What the fuck are some of these questions? Anyway, there is the one from NVC that was a really good one.
NVC's one's good, yeah.
Yeah, but oh man, it's just, do we want to? Oh my god. Oh, and then I think the new TikTok's up. That Traz, did you post?
No. I think it's pretty good.
Oh my. Okay. Oh wait, we could run a. Should we run a poll? Should we go through more questions, or should we do? I guess we could just do gameplay.
I was talking, but I was muted.
Yeah, you were muted.
Yeah, no, it's done. The new TikTok is done, but it's only gonna go up probably like next week because weekends are not great times to upload TikToks. So probably like tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Really?
Wait, what were we today? Today Sunday.
Yeah. Yep. Sunday. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Some of these questions are going to.
I can't stay awake.
Oh boy. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. Some of these questions asked in Q&A live are going to require quite a bit of prep. So, and our long-winded discussions. So
let's leave a little like emote or something on the stuff that we should give. We could move over to the next one.
I was just thinking all of them, and then we could just kind of just go into.
I think the last one that was asked in that channel probably won't apply to the next Q&A.
What's the guy in XP background dancing to?
He's dancing to the voice, like the Vox announcer from Half-Life 1.
Some of these ones, like anti-cheat, we've definitely done before.
Major fracture detected.
Yeah.
Classic. It's just 10-hour loop of the Vox suit Vox. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm fine with kind of just going over to gameplay, showing off the game. There's probably people here that are like, what the fuck is Momentum mod? That we can show
we're not
off.
doing any questions. I feel like we owe NVC an answer. Like,
okay. We could go, we can go through NVCs, and then we can
Who died here? Sorry.
All right.
It's turned into a let's play.
Doom let's play.
I want Ultra Nightmare. I'm so scared right now.
So XB man, you can read NVC's question there. That's a pretty good one, and I think we can wrap up. Yeah.
So
instead of paying attention to me,
is saying, I got access to Momentum mod last week and it's awesome. The one thing I noticed is that many ported maps obviously look dated. I'm not a map designer, but are you already planning to distribute textures and assets to fit a certain Momentum mod theme, e.g. futuristic or otherwise? I think the maps that are being ported are being left alone for the most part, because the theme and stuff and all the materials we're making is going to be more for the learn section and the campaign.
Yeah, and so we want to respect mappers' design decisions as much as possible. That does include textures, even if they look a little grating. We did talk about, I think, in a previous Q&A stream about the Acid Atlas, but one of the benefits of having some kind of like texture system in place is we could have things that are alternatives. So maps that rely on specific maybe TF2 or CSS or CSGO textures could have alternatives to ones that you have locally, so that the map still has some sort of thematic look going on with it, but otherwise doesn't have error textures, right? So the main thing that we're focusing on when it comes to like texture packs and replacement and stuff like that is error prone textures, right? Maps that have these non-custom, it's more mounted, right? Assets from games.
CSS being the main ones.
Yeah, CSS, yeah, is the only game that we still like kind of care about that costs money. So we want to try to I mean, like it would be a huge effort, but like having a kind of like texture pack that could replace all of the CSS textures with like some homemade ones would be awesome. But that does change how maps look and feel compared to the games that they came from. So it would have to be pretty close. So with PBR and with CSM and all these wonderful rendering techniques, we can start to look into shipping momentum specific textures and things like that for mappers to use automatically. We definitely want to do that. We're also planning on shipping art packs and texture packs that we have the license to distribute with our game, with our non commercial game. So things like that, just being shipped with the game would be fantastic, because a bunch of maps could just use them and we could rip them out if they're packed in the map, and then mappers can just use them, right? And then we could also extend that over to PBR, right? PBR materials that we have the license to distribute with our game, and that would just come with the game and any maps that want to use them.
New stuff could be PBR.
Yes, exactly.
Usually, if
or a PBR variant of textures and stuff.
Well, getting like a roughness map out of like an existing texture is quite hard, because you do need to like really kind of think about what should be rough, what shouldn't be stuff. And metalness is quite easy, but you can turn a normal map into a height map pretty easily.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Like a lot of stuff that looks bad is gonna sort of stay looking bad.
Yeah.
But stuff like Conc Speed Whip is a map where, when I was looking into like Conc porting stuff, I like quickly realized how awful a lot of like gold source to source like automatic ports are, where they're playable, but the brushes are just fucking everywhere.
Off grid
they kind of expanded out to fit a cube that fills the whole map, and then like carved out of that cube. It's really weird. And I was just messing around and decided like, I wanted a map to retexture, and I thought, we just had a Conc at the time, so I thought it'd be fun to like redo a classic map. And I ended up spending a very long time actually realigning every brush and stuff there. So the Conc Speed Whip is in game. It's compiled with like fancy like chaos lighting, so like CSGO standard lighting. And I've got some quite big plans for, which I've had for about 6 months now, of how I want to like actually theme it. But that is really like a sort of ringmaster of an existing map. But most maps I don't think we're going to do that for, just because some stuff like it's kind of tempting to think, maybe like just taking a map, decompiling a map, then just recompiling it just for the better lighting could be worth doing. I don't really know that much about with like current map ports that we are going to be decompiling then recompiling, if we're going to be compiling them then with the current era lighting, like CSGO style lighting. Because doing that, you do just automatically get more accurate lighting.
Right.
So I think that would be a pretty sensible use of it. So.
Yeah, I mean it is going to be a map by map basis. I just wanted to say, in terms of the momentum specific textures, are going to be the campaign specifically, like the momentum like futuristic kind of look and feel or whatever that we end up going with for our art direction, having those be for the campaign but usable by any mapper, because it comes with the game already, right? That kind of extends over to that too. So and then in cases of Conc Speed 2, where it gets like the original map was like almost unsalvageable. And so it would be more it would be less effort to just like remake it basically, and just, well, I guess not technically less effort.
Well, yeah,
but...
I mean, if someone wants to redo Conc Speed 2 with once I do actually retheme the first Speed one, if someone else wants to style that one.
Oh, Speed, sorry, you're on
so
Speed
I've done Speed 1.
That's right.
Where
That's
basically I realigned every brush manually. It took a very long time.
Yeah.
It's all on grid. I didn't change any individual stages. Some connectors have changed where I like spoke with all the like Conc boomers and got their input on stuff, and I changed a couple connectors. But if someone wants to do the same with the second Speed one, I'd suggest doing it after, if I do finally finish Speed Whip. No, Speed Whip is like nicely a 9 now. I can give anyone can have the VMF if they want it.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm getting distracted reading chat. Yeah, I want to make. If someone wants to do the same thing with the second Speed one, and then use all the assets I've done for the first Speed, that'd be great. A lot of it, I do plan on really pushing that graphically quite a lot. Where I'm going to try and make it still very fun to play and not do any weird stuff with collision, but I do expect quite a lot of walls to be made of props but have flat collision, stuff like that. But we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so hopefully that answers that. We got a lot of plans for kind of texture and like replacement related stuff. But we do want the legacy, for better or for worse, the legacy look and feel for some of the older maps. I think it would be really cool if Momentum having the maps, the original maps, leads to the original mapper coming back and redoing the map, like remastering it. I think that'd be awesome. With newer tooling, with portals. That's another one. We have portals that, some maps like Omnific, right, that are from 2012 or 2008. I forget. No, 8 or anyway, they're old, right? Old maps that kind of emulate portals, could use portals, things like that. That's something that I'm looking forward to. I don't know if mappers would want to try to come back and like improve their maps for a re-release on Momentum or something. But yeah, so cool. All right, so I guess we're at the 2-hour mark. Let's kind of move over to the gameplay aspect of the stream, showing off the game, talking a bit about it to people that have not seen the game or have ever played it or anything. But
I'll make some coffee once everyone has praised the background. I'm gonna stay for that.
Okay. Let me move over to this, and then Momentum game cap, and that, and then there it is. Got it, and then hide that, and swap out. There we go. Yeah, Bray. Sorry.
Never.
There we go. All right, cool. So this is actually the first step of many when it comes to playing the playtest. This is the pop-up that you get here.
I think there's a typo in there somewhere.
Yeah, there is. It's only available in English.
It's not like I have a humanities degree or anything.
No. Yeah. So you can mark it as don't show again if you want. But yeah, this is the new festive holiday background. If you were watching the Momentum Mod stream at all in the past couple of days / weeks, we were streaming the creation of some of these assets. So Granis made this Christmas trees, yeah, and then I believe Nerdman made this nice
little train
that got derailed and buried in snow. And then the zoomer here, the guy zooming by, that was made by False as our player model that's going to be in the game very soon.
There is a Conc in this senior one, actually.
There is actually, but it goes by so quick that you can't see it. It is in the back of the sleigh, that the Momentum player sleigh. But yeah,
That
So-
snowman there in the background
Is made by
before I
Tran.
cleaned it up was almost a million polygons.
It was fine. Come on.
Made by Traz, accidentally had, I think, was it like a multiplayer up to like
950.
nine subdivisions.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
It was a circle, all right. It was
And-
no, not a circle. It was a sphere, all right. So I had to make it spherical. Okay, it's not my
No,
fault.
you didn't.
So yeah, that snowman cost 3 days worth of rendering on Tom's.
Yeah, no, I tried to turn it down.
Am I missing it? And then everything else, the snow, the recoloring of the blocks, and the lights and the light posts. I think it was you, Tom, right? That's it, I think.
Oh yeah, well yeah, basically I was just wanted to do some momentum stuff and was really tired of Panorama because I've spent a lot of time on it recently. And I figured I'd finally spend some time actually learning a bunch of stuff in Blender. Because Blender's fucking awesome. Especially because Blender 3 is out, which has
Yeah.
geonodes. So
Yeah.
the snow, some of the snow is hand sculpted, but I originally made it using geometry nodes, where you can actually take like a face normal, extrude it out, and then like warp it up and stuff. And those lights as well, the Christmas lights that aren't actually attached to the lamppost very well. Those are geonodes as well. So it's like a spline that I've added some fake gravity to, and then positioned all these lights along like procedurally. Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to play around with that because it was just so fun. And it's a bit glitchy. It took a really long time to render.
Yeah. First time doing it though, and it came out pretty good
Yeah,
for a first
yeah.
time. Honestly.
It was great fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy the
Honestly, if you want like a high quality render, we could even have it like from. Sorry. Oh my
Are
god.
you okay?
Yeah.
Traz is dying. Oh my god.
We can have it from like a static kind of point of view with just like kind of a just like slowly kind of panning around camera.
Yeah.
I think that'd be easier to like kind of do in post, like do like one huge ass like high quality render and then like kind of zoom on it and make kind of like a fake camera shake on it. I think
Yeah.
that could be like an easier way to like do renders in the future instead of having like 20 seconds or like 4K frames that takes like 26 hours to render out.
Wait, so say again, you wanted to
Just
like
be
a fixed-
stationary.
No,
just
the,
like
the
a
camera
fixed,
pan's so good. I like the pan.
It is good, but it takes a long ass time
But
to
we
render.
know we got a better way to do it. We only have to do about half as many frames now with
Yeah.
different camera angle.
Yeah.
And we can there are ways of speeding it up for sure. I want to mess around. Blender's got caustic lighting now. Where like you
Yeah.
sort of see light that goes through something that has transmission on, like these the jelly things, the ramps and stuff. And it will then the light that comes out will then be sort of bent by the shape of the thing the light went through.
Mm.
So I don't know it that well. But it's in some of the beta builds at the moment and looks really, really cool. So we're definitely gonna play around with it some more. Trico, your patches thingy didn't get in, I'm afraid. Because I just had so much to do and like I had really like got this done at like the very last minute and I spent about 8 hours like getting everything in, so I'm sorry. Yeah.
So we did have Please Play Conc redeemed, so I have to do it. I'm just gonna be playing some of Kanin's latest Conc map. Oh my god, I'm dumb. Hold on, let me just. Yeah, all right. So yeah, this is concussion grenade boosting from Team Fortress Classic. We took the code from Fortress Forever with permission from the lead dev Squeak on that project. So yeah, this is a really great introduction to concussion grenade. Oh my god, okay. I had to clench a little bit there. Okay, hold on. Do I have to bounce it? Okay, no, I'm just gonna have to drop it. But yeah, this is it's a little backwards, mainly because the concussion grenade is like radial based. So the further away from the grenade up to the edge of its radius that you are, the more it'll boost. So if you're standing right on it, right, it only gives you this tiny little boost, unless you jump. But yeah, so like if I throw it down here and not jump, I get a really big boost, and then yeah, you can like charge up the next one, and it'll also detonate there. yeah, it's pretty cool. No, too far. I don't know if the game is too quiet or not, but yeah.
We got a really interesting message from Twitch user Feet. They're saying no fall damage in auto hop is massively boring.
Oh,
What
that
game
is a
mode
hot
are
take.
you playing? Like no fall damage in like surf? Like the only thing I can think of is like ABH, I guess.
I would assume maybe Conc from the original game, right? From TFC. You have, you know, no auto hop and oh man, am I gonna have to like double? Wait, no, I'm just dumb, I think. Hold on. But yeah,
Mode is only fun when you can die.
you can just fucking splat. It is a valid criticism, but the game is like Momentum in general is focusing on speedrunning. So focusing on like not health management. Despite I know a lot of people like liking that in other modes. I think even jump, right? Like jump modes are kind of like known for requiring health because it limits like how many like stickies and stuff you could use. But we wanted to set a standard for Momentum that's you don't have to worry about that. You just worry about how to use the tech that you have at your disposal. So auto hop for modes where you know, bunny hopping and stuff, you don't have to worry about doing the input for. Oh my god, so many conks. Holy crap. But yeah, so I guess I could talk a bit about multiplayer, how multiplayer is working. So I do have other people in this lobby with me, as you can tell from the avatar panels. I guess I'll go ahead and pull up the lobby here. So lobbies in this game, I guess I gotta bring it up every stream because there could be new people. Multiplayer in this game is not traditional multiplayer. You can actually host a lobby and it transcends every single map that you could play. Lobbies are kind of just this layer on top of the game, and as opposed to what you have to like play in order to like do the game, right? So you host a lobby. It can be public, which is the one I'm currently in now. You could also create a friends only lobby or make it invite only if you'd like. And yeah, so when you host a lobby, you can invite whoever you want to it, or people can just join you like how we have here. And when you are not on the same map, you can still chat. So we still want you to be able to like, you know, see people, see their profiles or whatever and still hang out with them. But you can't spectate them, obviously, because you're not on the same map. But once they are on the same map with you, you can spectate them. So, you know, any of these people, I could just hit the spectate button and, you know, going back and get, oh wait, maybe not them there. But yeah, I can spectate anybody playing the map. Right now, the view model and everything's not hooked up, so you don't see the timers, but we do network the conks right now that they throw. So it's just kind of an easy way to get into like seeing how maybe to do something, or just seeing how your friend is doing something, giving them feedback. We could look into even adding things like coaching, so like being able to click anywhere as you're spectating and having it ping on the screen using Portal 2's pinging stuff. So things like that. You know, and the most important part is like all of this is technically still zero ping, because we don't really care about synchronizing when exactly they're throwing their conks or making it through, because what they're doing doesn't impact your game at all, other than just showing up for you. So we don't synchronize like any server or game state with these other people, which means that yeah, you can't cooperate, right? Like you have different pings and different, you know, you're on different ticks basically, right, of your server. But for just seeing, right, just seeing other people as they play or whatever, it works really well. And this is all through Steam. All I had to do, and you just saw me do it, I just had to open this drawer and join this lobby, and then play on the same map, right? But oh, it doesn't want to close. Oh, it's because I'm spectating, because the spec UI is fantastic.
It's literally like multiplayer for free. You don't have to
yes.
server. It's just free multiplayer. It's ridiculous.
And you can notice I'm back actually where I was in my run. You can spectate during a run. You can spectate people or ghosts if you want. Like if I hold tab here, this is fantastic UI done by, well, I started the implementation, but Fingerprints came through and did a lot of work on it as well.
What are you implementing?
The
Oh,
leaderboards.
Nice.
So when you press tab, you can just press it to see it, but you can right click to actually get mouse input here. And I could watch, if I wanted to, the world record replay right here. Now, obviously, we don't have replays having any weapons yet. That's coming very soon.
Very soon.
Yeah, Slidey is working on the replay refactor right now, which is, it's going under a lot of internal file changes right now. But you can get a general idea of the what you can do here. And the nice thing is, you can go to any tick that you want. You can see exactly how much speed they had at a certain point. You can do save locks at this location. We love the idea of being able to kind of just analyze runs as much as you want. So like you can go to lower tick rate, or sorry, lower playback speed if you need to see a slow-mo way to do something, things like that. And yeah, and obviously this is all during my run, so my timer kept going, but I'm right back at it, and now I can go right back into this. So, ooh, nice. Oh, it's water connectors. Let's go. All right.
Someone made a good. Slidey loves tackling the big projects, doesn't he? Slidey does incredible work on Momentum.
Where am I?
Like, Slidey, isn't it for like Q&As and stuff?
Yeah.
Partly good at time zone stuff, I think. But Slidey has done amazing work in terms of DX11 stuff, some of the initial Panorama work, and now a bunch of replay stuff. Slidey's an awesome developer that we're super lucky to have.
Yes.
I mean, the whole C++ dev team, I'm always just incredibly impressed by the amount of stuff they get done. And,
ignore that. I did not just jump on. Yeah, the entire dev team is doing excellent work, and Slidey's just been tackling some of the bigger pieces, DX11, the replay refactor. Yeah.
Something like DX11, for a project this scale, it's still so impressive that
we got a shower of conks over here.
God.
That's what two people just throwing some conks looks like. Oh wait, hold on. I think I.
Yeah. So wait, if you go into spec to continue your run and finish, show you with AFK during the spec time and replay. I don't believe so, because your run isn't going as you're spectating. That's pausing your actual run. So I think it should be instantaneous.
This is actually chaos. I'm surprised that that the amount of panels here are working. It's not slowing my game down at all. That's pretty good.
It's just like so when I was trying to make the snow background, one of the ways I tried doing it before doing geonodes was doing particle sims.
Yeah.
And it looked quite a lot like this.
In the future, what we might do, or I guess for Conc in particular, obviously these people's Concs don't really matter unless you're spectating them. So what we might do in the future is, by default, you just have to spectate the people that are throwing conks in order to see their thrown conks. So this won't be a problem in the future. Wait, what the fuck?
Really funny.
I don't know which one's my conk. No.
But I think we are going to have a thing for the opacity of conch, right? I think that does exist for sticky, but not conchs right now.
Yeah, currently I think conchs are full opacity. Yeah, they are full opacity. Yeah.
So, and then we should also, I presume, do a thing for the UI there as well, which should be pretty easy.
Yeah.
The showing the maybe less opacity, or maybe we show a smaller UI element, something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like seeing the numbers on someone else's conch timer seems a bit unnecessary, maybe.
No, I mean straight up, you don't even have to see their congs until you're specking them. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And it's quite nice to have. I mean, it could be an option, right?
Oh, is that it? No, that wasn't it. I think I have to be smart. I have to do
a different color. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. That, and then jump, and then boost, and then boom. Is that it? Yeah, boy, let's go. 10-minute time, let's go. Nice. So yeah, by default, this doesn't show, but yeah, this is typically what it it's supposed to show. You right click to gain mouse control. You can see run upload status or if it's saved, the XP you got for completing, as well as your rank XP, and then we'll have things like the rank that you got.
You know something we
things
could
like
do that would be quite fun? I don't know if it's annoying for you to show, but Trav's just finished a new mock-up for this the other day. And I'm going to be working on it this month, so we could maybe show that mock-up, and then in a month's time we'll be able to see how that translates to actually being in-game.
I don't have a source for capturing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd have to add it.
I can put a screenshot on Discord. If
Yeah, I think I could do that. Yeah, and then
I'll get it offline. It's all good.
You want me to put it in Team Showcase?
You could do, I guess.
We were asked to play some Rocket Jump, so I'll go play some Rocket Jump in the meantime.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I guess I could talk a bit about the map selector too. So this is the main entry point of playing Momentum, right? It is probably the most UI or most important UI that we have. So getting this right, allowing people to kind of just see the things that they want to see. So being able to filter maps by tier, finding the tier 1 game mode maps, being able to filter for specific modes as well, and being able to filter for ranges of tiers as well. So I only want to see tier 3 through 5 maps, things like that. It's all part of kind of centralizing kind of like what makes Momentum great into one UI, because it's like you can play whatever you want. like that, like we have to keep hammering that into people, because it's true. Like you can play whatever you want whenever you want. So let's go into summer. I'm feeling some summer. It's not even summer right now, but feeling some summer summer vibes.
Good job, a bit of defrag in a minute, actually. I got CPM in. I don't know if you got any maps for it, Conc.
I do not. I don't have
I will DM you one on Discord real quick so whilst you're doing this. Come on, we've got to show some defrag.
Yeah. But yeah, one of the main reasons that I'm working on a game like this is because I've wanted to play all of these modes, and there just hasn't been anything that comes close in terms of like offering what Momentum Mod will offer. So I'm like so pumped to like learn how to properly rocket jump on tier 6 and up maps. Like I think I'm like a tier 3 jumper. I'm too dumb for rocket jump. Everyone will be able to learn. That's actually a really good point that you made there. Not that you're too dumb, but rather you can learn. So it's not in, obviously. It's not in yet, but we will actually have an in-game section that you can practice all of the individual modes and their specific mechanics. So things like pogoing, things that you're seeing me do in this map. For example, this, which is a sink, where you have to get some air, shoot down a rocket, land, and shoot another rocket at the exact same time to get a double boost all the way up to where you need to go. Things like that need to be taught, because people are going to just not know how the fuck to do it, right? So having in-game mechanic or teaching for mechanics is very big for us, because servers can't really do that unless you join a server specifically for it. So yeah, we're going to have that by default, and if you're unfamiliar with any game mode, you can just very easily open that UI to go and learn, right? The command to fix missing textures is mats_error_texture_type. Change that to 1, and then also you might need to change matte error texture replace to 1 as well. I don't have error textures, so it's not going to do anything for me, but I would show it off if I had a unmounted game, but I think I have all of the games installed, because I'm a nerd that's developing the game and need the textures.
BLT's cool new thingy.
Shit. That is actually open for PR and was about to get in, I think, before the great shutdown of December.
I meant to say and then said ass instead, which is also, I guess, appropriate. Yeah, we got a really good good infrastructure. It's good.
Yes, it is currently down right now. Going to be back up hopefully on Monday. And yeah, once it's back up, we can start to pull some stuff in. We got a new texture replacement type that was, I think we posted in the Discord, showing off what it kind of looks like. Yeah. So close. I used to be garbage awful at rocket jump. I'm just letting you guys know. Like when we first added these modes, I was terrible. So I know I don't get that much time to play, so that's why it's like at 1.0 I'm so pumped to just like learn how to like actually run some of these maps. Oh my god, the Conkers are back! Get out of here with your Concs. Sorry, what was that? What was that, Tom?
I was just gonna say I've been playing the game a lot more because of playtest and just like making far more notes than I was before in terms of stuff that we should do to change. Stuff that needs work. I should say, like, I feel like we could get given more suggestions. Playtesters, like, if we playtesters want to give a suggestion that, like, you know, cool stuff they'd like to see or think that could be improved. Every time I play, I find something where, like, oh, the volume sliders really don't make sense right now. Like, overall weapon volume and player weapon volume just doesn't make sense. And then, you know. So we do genuinely, you know, we are really keen to have input from people on stuff.
Yes.
Like, a lot of ideas that I've like. What was your suggestion, Snowy? Some of the stuff that like I've edited recently that I've liked most, like, you know, stuff like the showing the convar name in the tooltip and settings. That was, you know, I think DrJaska suggested that, and I was like, instantly like thought it was a great idea and added it like the next day.
Yeah. Stuff like that to make the game more approachable to something that you're. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Fucking crushing this map. Let's go. Yeah, the things like that could just really benefit everybody are things that we're looking for, right?
Because honestly, like, it's surprising, like, when people do, like, a lot of people have come up with like super like creative just ideas or like clever things that really improve the game.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I did not go. Fuck. I just went straight up. I was like, yeah, to the skybox.
I posted the mock-up in Team Showcase.
Okay.
Cool. Let me beat this map and I'll show it.
Default map selection too small. Yeah, that's known, and that's really because of, well, a couple of things in terms of some website stuff, but mainly just because of zone refactor having not happened yet, meaning that there's just no point us zoning new maps.
Yes.
And it is something where once that's done, we'll be putting a lot more maps in. Also, we'll have better server infrastructure then, so we'll be able to host more maps. It will be it absolutely, we will have far more in the future.
Yes. And that is the other reason why it's a trickle right now, is we don't want 8,000 people telling us that, because we know. Yeah, it's not meant to be the most wide selection. In fact, we're actually wiping the site down the line, where all of the runs and all of the maps are gone and we have to re-upload them to cloud. So, fuck, damn it.
Yeah, the playtest, like, people should absolutely try and like enjoy it and stuff.
Yes, yeah.
But it does exist for other reasons besides just that, right? It is, we do genuinely doing it because we love the feedback, we love the bug reports.
Right.
And stuff like, you know, the map selection and stuff, like what maps we have, like, it's absolutely going to improve. It's just for now, like, it's sort of until the zone refactor's done, it will be essentially the same answer, like, to everyone.
Where's the mock-up? Sorry?
It's in Team Showcase.
Team Showcase. There it is. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. And then copy link and get that over here.
Yeah, do keep
in mind fixing error text, does matte error texture replace or error texture type 1?
And then hold on, where does this go? Oh, that does that's not that's not gonna work. Hold on, maybe
just image source or
no, I wanted to use the same window that I was capturing the questions on. Also, that is tiny.
You can print it and show it on webcam.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no, dog, wait.
Yeah.
I'll fax you.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Tutorial videos how to play. So Momentum, we'll have the main way we're going to teach people to be with our Learn section, which is something we're going to be making soon, where it'll be a tutorial maps, which are like maps where you can go through and interactively like learn specific things, where it's not so much as like a linear map you go through, but you click on like the specific skill that you want to learn. And then you just I'm getting distracted trying to jump someone. And that will have a bunch of UI alongside as well. So it's a bit more than just like a map that has like a set of instructions of how to do everything. Then we will have some videos. So it may probably be a mixture of videos embedded in the UI and some like replays you can actually watch. So instead of just watching a video of someone doing a thing on a map, it will actually be a replay of where your game is rendering that person doing the thing in the map. So that way you can like see exactly what keys they're pressing. Get a bit of a sort of clearer feel of what they're doing.
Yeah, and so just this is what was talked about earlier. This is the mock-up idea for the end of run. So this is what will pop up when you beat the map, right? So you just saw
and it looks terrible.
Yeah, the gray pop-up that you saw me X out of immediately because I was trying to not vomit. Yeah. So this is just kind of the mock-up that we're going to be doing here. You can see your gains down here in the bottom, kind of similar to how CSGO is doing it with the progress bar and then another one on top. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be working on this like tomorrow.
Yep.
I might stream some of it even.
Ooh,
but, hopefully, a couple of weeks we'll actually see this. Something like this might actually even look even better. We'll see. We'll actually have in-game.
Yeah.
Keys are going to be the same across all game modes. Yeah, everything's going to go 1 to 10.
Everyone's knifing me. Rude. Yeah, you can knife each other. Oh, we did get rid of the blood. Nice. We're T-rated. Yeah, just some friendly. Oh, we got some paint too. So yeah, everything that you've come to know and love from servers are here too. So paint's just included.
Right.
It's not a VIP feature. You can knife each other. That's also included. You just gotta find people to knife.
Is paint a VIP feature on other servers?
Supposedly. Yeah, and right now we have geometric shapes as the models.
You can toggle paint size. You can show that in settings, Scott.
Yeah. Yep. So down here in online, I'll start with that. You can change how you look. Your a sphere gang or diamond gang. I'm diamond gang. You can have a trail if you want. You can change the trail length as well. You can change your color. So if I don't like orange, I can go blue or something. Save that, and now I'm a blue ghost.
Oh god, the color picking is not even so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be humanoid models.
Yes, so we will actually be defaulting to a humanoid model that False has been creating.
If you want to see the model, check the Team Showcase on Discord.
Yeah, join our Discord.
Incredible! It's really, really good.
All right, so somebody that already has access wants a key apparently, so I'm gonna have to figure out who painted that and give them a key.
You'll be
what
able
is
to
happening?
Models now if you like. Yeah, it will just only be for you. And then I'm not quite sure with cosmetics. I don't think we'll have replacement models, but we'll have. Give me a key, please.
Yeah. Any map recommendations for me to try to play?
A defrag. I sent.
Oh, that's right, the map. Yeah. Okay, let me get that really quick. Play some defrag. DFR7 Tech.
I just sent you one that's good for VQ3, so you don't have to.
Oh, okay.
Mode.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Defrag's like very much a work in progress, but seems to be going pretty well. Lumia's just been doing this incredible job with it. Hey, Valpect. I was enjoying watching NVC streaming the other day, and he was just like, "What's a hard map?" And they went and just couldn't do like the first frame for Valpect. That was good.
So yeah, wait, why didn't it not? Okay, that was weird.
All right, exactly. So we've Had the one loaned for a very long time.
It's a beautiful SMG.
Oh, why is... Hold on.
Yeah,
I need to
it's so
rebind
good.
jump to
So, it
scroll.
looks so good that we gave you 2.
We gave you 2 SMGs.
Animation.
Does the model need to be like recompiled or something?
It needs to have an idle animation. For some reason in this branch. Also, I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never defragged before, and that's why I'm making this game. I want to learn. But, oh, here comes the PB, the fatty.
So much defrag. I'm really looking forward to defrag.
This is not CPM, this is VQ3 right now.
Yep.
And I am terrible at it. Just letting you guys know. Oh, we also don't have any HUD for speed gain or anything like that yet. Seagaz-esque sort of HUD is planned. Yeah.
Ooh.
Is this how you do it? You just go forward? Literally hold W and jump? No, you have to go at an angle, right?
Where's someone good that has this map who can play across the
Teach
board?
me. Oh, I think I'm gaining speed. I'm doing it. Oh, oh. There we go. 114.
If you've not signed up already, you should sign up for the playtest on Steam. We can't give everyone access right now. Roads.
Yeah, that is true. We are missing the on jump. We're gonna have to have an equivalent. How do you curve around walls? I can't do it.
VQ3 is that's basically what VQ3 is. It's just crying. How do you go around?
How do you go around walls without losing speed? CPM, you're like, haha, I'm already around the wall. So we do have buffer jumping. I could hit jump at any time during the air, and it jumps. We might, I mean, that could be good in other modes. I don't know, but anyhow. Just kidding. No, we'll stick with that.
How much would that annoy the Bhop as if we just replaced it with that?
I mean, people want scroll, right? No. Scroll buffer jumps, though.
This map is posted on the forum somewhere if people are looking for it.
Yes, yep. If anybody has a link to the forums, we have... Mac has a giant compendium of like all of the defrag corded maps.
I think we're waiting for some stuff in the Momentum FGD until we can put maps on the selected for defrag, or what? I'm forgetting. We need,
fucking
like,
zoom in. Hold on. Yeah, we need like haste, all the power ups and stuff. Yep, those are plans. And Lumia has it in the 087 build if you want to try it out.
Yeah, I just lose track of when we're actually going to get it on some map.
Over here, yeah.
Can't you use weapons to boost yourself?
Yes, but they aren't in yet. Just the movement is. Yeah. I'm gonna get a fatty PB. Here it comes. Oh, I'm gaining so much speed now that I'm like curving. Look at that! Fatty 15-second PB. Let's go. All right. I'll try a couple more times to improve. But this, yeah, this is probably the not very source-esque source mode that we've added, but it is technically the grandfather mode. It's like kind of what we've been branding it as. Oh, no.
I'm more excited for defrag than like I have been for any other mode by a long way. Like, I'm just... Yeah. We have discussed that before, Whisk, I think, on increasing max map size. Where if you go to the Q&A live channel, you'll see the
compendium of questions.
Yes, yeah.
No, wait. Why did I bounce off the wall? I thought you like go through walls in this mode.
Stop holding W while strafing. I think you're meant to do that in defrag.
Yeah, no, isn't that what you do?
WAWD.
Yeah, like you. I mean, I'm gaining a shit ton of speed by holding W and another key, but
No.
I don't know.
Let me join your lobby. Yeah, this is defrag. This is not bunny hop. Yeah, bunny hop does not look like
There's
this.
a lot of similarities, but
Yeah.
I mean, if you actually play it, kind of looks vaguely similar. If you actually play it, like it's very different. I just can't like snap.
No.
Moving my view like a whole like 90 degrees or whatever, like instantly just feels wrong.
Right.
That's the most jarring thing for me.
Damn.
But yeah, defrag isn't from Source. It's from an engine very like Source.
It's actually the grandfather engine of Source. idTech. idTech is the grandfather because the father engine of Source is Gold Source, which was directly based off of idTech 2, I think. 1.
I feel like it's not just like a father sort of technologically, but I feel like in terms of, you know, Quake as a game that cares about
No.
player movement so much, in which you being able to move well is such a crucial thing to actually
Yeah.
playing the game well. That like it's sort of the spiritual sort of, oh my god, that's loud.
Some loud SMG noises.
The idea that, you know, FPS games should care about movement.
Yeah.
Which, you know, unfortunately quite a lot of games nowadays really don't. Yeah, it's like,
Damn. Ooh, did I just snipe that corner? Fatty time save right there. Oh my god. Watch out, defrag World Cup champions.
Basically,
yeah, you should end it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's still going, right? Who won the defrag World Cup?
I don't know.
Someone probably knows that in chat.
I don't know if it's beneficial to hit the wall, but I'm hitting it. Oh no, I'm losing so much time. Fuck. But yeah, it's defrag is very, very fun. I'm not doing it justice right now. There's probably somebody in the lobby that could. Is there?
Who do we have that's good?
Who's good at defrag? Any good
defrag
defrags?
have wall strafing?
Yeah, it does right now, which is broken. I think Lumia knows about that. Yeah. Like
I don't think anyone.
Yeah, you can just fucking zoom. All right, yeah, but no, it's yeah, it's.
Yeah. It's really nice. Oh shit, yeah, young cat, you might want to actually increase the size of your lobby. If you go to lobby settings, you can up it to like up to 250.
What was your console just doing?
I don't know. It just spams a lot.
Do you
The
have like
defrag map,
API
I think
requests?
it's on the forums somewhere, Mac. It's on.
No.
Like, was it,
Why is
was
my
it,
sensitivity 0.1?
what is it saying?
Thanks, Riku.
I don't know.
False is
Can
doing.
you take a screenshot?
Just hack it real quick.
Yeah, False is.
Oh yeah, that's API request, isn't it?
Yeah. Can I turn that off?
Doc.
Yeah.
Please,
Mom
switch
log API request.
Please what?
0.
Which weapon?
Okay, I
Okay.
did it.
It's causing me
Going.
pain looking at that.
My slot keys aren't working. Oh, there we go. Knife. There we go.
I think maybe the API request logging is not set up to work with the Panorama console.
Wait, what is happening with you?
Wait, why are you logging API requests?
I don't know.
You can turn it off. It's
I did.
Yeah.
It's still doing it.
He did, but he's like hacking into the mainframe.
Also, my
False
menu
is known
selector doesn't
as
really
a-
work. It doesn't
False
like
is-
load.
False's game is haunted. All right, we gotta. Anybody got a crucifix? We gotta fix that one.
Suggestion to change autofill and console to be the same as other games is easy to adjust. I think we all probably get to some of that stuff in 092, and that we've got a big list of things people have requested for the console. A lot of it just be more like VGUI. That's something I think BLT intends to get back to it at some point, but not for now. Like right now, we really want to get the core stuff ported over, so not have any VGUI specific stuff like the spectate HUD and end a run like we do right now. Which is why, like, the first thing I'm going to do, getting back into Panorama, like in the new year or tomorrow, really, is going to be end of run stuff, and stuff like console. We'll probably, I think, get back to in 092, which is where we're sort of doing improvements on it and like new Panorama stuff that's not from the port. So it is that we are well aware of like some of the issues people have with console. It is annoying, some of the behavior there. It's not like super high priority right now.
Yeah. Got to do things in levels of priority because the game will never come out if we just prioritize small things like that. But I'm not trying to size it lower than it is. It's more just like getting things in is bigger than fixing things and making them exactly behaving the exact same.
But it is a completely valid suggestion, so thank you. If that was like ignored or something before, I don't think that was because people were like, just didn't care or something. But yeah, you can still get a refund. We can give you money back.
Yeah. Yep. You can go through Steam support. Ben will. Ooh.
Yeah, no.
A little bit of.
Steam support are really responsive, so you'll be good.
Damn. Yeah, they'll. Reminds me of that time that like somebody was like, somebody like had some Russian. Or wait, no. Was it Steam support? It was like. It's like, hey, exclamation mark, and then it just like closed the ticket or something. There was something really funny. There was like a really funny Steam like response to something, and it was just memed on for like, it was like the Twitter or something. It's like, hey, and just like close the ticket. Why is there an invisible wall?
It was
fuck?
paint like directly in my ear. But
I can't escape the start zone anymore. I just can't do it. Okay, that's it for defrag. Let's go back to rocket jump, or not rocket jump. I can play literally anything else. Let's go back to let's go to bunny hop. Let's play some Everfast.
That's how I feel about rocket jump all the time.
You could be playing literally
literally anything else.
playing rocket jump right now.
So
Tom,
we'll play
I've
some
had,
Bhop.
Kind of an epiphany right now
Yeah.
of how I would want the end of run screen to look like.
okay.
So might
Yeah.
be good to talk about that afterwards.
Yeah. We can do that.
Because
So
it's like
shiny.
very much different than just like a panel.
Just so we're not gonna have a panel.
Well, I don't know the like proper names for them.
No.
But you know what I mean? What I mean, like a panel is kind of like just like a pop-up box thingy.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it 3D.
No. But
There's no
I
fastest
have an idea of what I want it to look like. So we'll chat about it.
That's fair.
This is the map that had like all the RNG fix like shenanigans.
Yeah. This is one of the first maps like really heavily used slide triggers, I think.
Yeah.
But like in its current state, I think it's really good. I'm a really big fan of this map.
Yeah, I think they fixed RNG fix, just like
Yeah.
making you stick to them.
Yeah. Well, we have Rio license now, so that's
Yes.
much nicer
Yeah.
to do. Well,
I was gonna say.
the
Yep.
person who is the expert in it.
Yes.
Can
The
Rio's been doing
inventor.
some really cool stuff lately.
Yeah.
Really nice to have him on.
Again, yeah. Everybody in the dev team is just doing great
Yep.
work, and it's like it's kind of hard to like highlight one specific thing, or make it seem like, oh, we DX11's all we want or something, where it's like we're getting awesome movement fixes from Rio, we're getting awesome UI work from BLT and Bray, we're getting fantastic defrag work from Lumia. I'm just sitting around twiddling. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I've been doing all different types of shit, mainly
Okay.
web right now, but
Lots of web stuff lately has been.
yeah, I got
incredibly exciting.
S3 compatible storage. Oh fuck. Yeah, I kind of jump
join
around.
voice one day and say how like, oh yeah, I figured out this thing that like massively improves bandwidth stuff and like alleviates all the stress I've been feeling about momentum for the last 6 months. Just like casually
Yeah,
tossing it out there that he's figured this thing out that like
Yeah.
I do a lot
Talked
of
about that?
project specific stuff. What about what?
Have we talked about the server thing? I think it was Cloudflare.
Yeah, the oh yeah, our storage.
Yeah.
in terms of bandwidth stuff and backplays, Cloudflare setup and
Yeah, I mean, if our calculations are correct, storing all of our maps and having roughly like 10,000 people download every single map like all the time is going to cost us like 60 cents. it's ridiculous. But yeah, the majority of the worries with cloud has been bandwidth, because you can't really do much in terms of like how much AWS fucks you, other than not using AWS. So we're exploring other options, and we found a really good combination with Cloudflare and Backblaze that should be relatively affordable. A heavy emphasis on the affordable side of that, because it's really cheap so far, and it caches, and so it's like people will be able to download maps and like the Cloudflare will cache that map download for us, like for free. It's just so great. It's so great. Yeah. Oh, am I gonna PB still? Wait, which way does my? I think I can go this way still.
And in terms of like team, people have done a lot. I mean, one of the great things has been bringing on the nerd man Alex, who's been doing tons of really awesome web work, as well as Murgle, and I lose track of everyone else. Sorry if I'm forgetting anyone. But those two have been getting a ton done.
The web development is definitely probably the most popular to get into now, I guess.
Damn it! I did not.
But it's definitely like starting to sort of. It's been until a bit more recently, a bit sort of slow in that we've had a lot of people sort of keen to work on stuff, but it's sort of not quite a sort of super clear picture of what direction to take stuff. And yeah, now we've got like a much clearer idea, and it's looking like really hopeful. God, why are you better at bunny hop than me? Jesus.
Years of training. No,
Can you get worse, please?
A lot of it's just deep inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. The kind of the web development stuff was one of my biggest concerns for like getting stuff out on time before.
Yeah.
Just because.
Both having like the API stuff that needs to be written and the infrastructure, right? Like they both need to come together to work. And
there's just so much stuff that like I don't think many people were thinking about like 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Well, I think they were being thought about. We were kind of thinking like, oh, we'll get to it at some point in, 010 or something. But like, really, it's been that we've needed to get stuff moving. And fortunately, having brought a bunch of new people on, stuff's moving like a lot now.
Yeah.
It's just sort of.
Also, I apologize to all the bunny hop fans out there. I am probably rank 50,000 overall. Not doing it justice as well. I think the only thing I can do justice is Ahop. Because I've done that
You're
for
not a
years.
KZ pro?
Yeah, I'm not a KZ pro.
But I think a lot of people like don't realize how much like web infrastructure stuff goes on for something like Momentum, where you do need to have.
Well, it's more of an emphasis because we're not servers. We're not game servers anymore.
Right.
We're our run validation stuff that's like asynchronous technically, right? Like that kind of stuff using all the bandwidth. You have map downloads, run downloads. You have all the stats. So the main API. Do you go serverless or do you just put a couple of dedicated boxes and points of presence and points or regions that it makes sense to, right? So like it could be cheaper technically if we know our load's going to be consistent to have 3 VPSs in 3 different regions, or 3 total regions.
Much of it is just not having like a super clear prediction of like how much we're going to need for what.
Right.
Yeah, for a free game it's kind of hard.
That can scale requires like quite a bit of full thought. Play Ahop. People want Ahop.
Okay, fine. Let's do it. Gotta go to the. Oh wait, shit. Coast is the one that crashes. Well, all right, whatever.
Wait.
Coast it is. Coast is the one that crashes when map change and has negative performance in the start zone. Okay, we're good.
HL2 run when? Yeah, God, you need to get back into HL2.
Yeah, let me just whip it out real quick.
Wait, what is?
It's the closest you're gonna get.
Just die in the start zone.
V physics.
My
favorite.
Physics still.
The windmill. There's a windmill. There's a windmill on this map that's V physics simulated apparently, and it has been the source of all of our issues. We can't even debug this map. It like lags the shit out of like local debug. It's great.
That's so funny.
Why is it V physics? Why is it just
It
not
pushes air
manually animated?
All the
It's just spinning.
fluid simulations that the Source Engine does.
Well,
like,
it's
like realistic airflow.
Is it like one of the areas where you're supposed to be able to like hit it with a gravity gun or something?
Oh.
Yeah. And Coast does have the gravity gun,
Like
but I don't know.
Gmod bullshit.
Jesus. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. It might even be like on the ground already. That's what I noticed in map testing with Embellis. It was like on the ground. It's like that doesn't look right.
It'd be so nice to have canals and just such a.
I cannot wait. Yeah.
There's so much work. Like the amount that Velas put into doing.
Yeah, there it is. Piece of shit. All right, I had to shoot it. Did it. Got my anger out. Oh no, that's too high. Damn it. Unfortunate.
So why is one physics prof causing the map to lag?
It's intersecting a billion times a minute. I don't know. It's weird. And I think it's like put to rest.
How much were you one of the people that actually sort of routed Coast Guard early on?
I don't know. This water doesn't look right though.
That's probably a DX11 thing.
Yeah, I think it's either DX11 or cube map.
There is a windmill then.
That doesn't look like a cube
That's
map.
not the place you go here. All right, sorry, a little bit of Half-Life 2 leaking through there.
I don't think this is a legit run.
Not the lighthouse then. Oh, it's like just crazy that this map even exists.
Getting stuck
That's
in
a
the
windmill.
Oh, I shot at it. Were you not watching? It was
No,
Coast
sorry.
05. It was the bridge map.
That's so far.
Yeah. The bridge is before you go on the bridge.
I remember this. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Going that way. Or not.
When are we gonna do Coast?
This is actually not a bad time. I just realized this is probably gonna be like top 10 if I finish this.
That is better than my time on this map.
I have a
well,
14-minute time on this.
I think you got
Let's
it.
see.
Oh wait, there's a streamed label.
I gotta take the ladder like a baby bitch, but I got it. Nope, don't fall down.
Epic ladder tech.
Yeah, ladder tech right there. It's alright, whatever. 233, not bad.
What rank is it?
Oh, not top 10. Damn it! Not top 10 by I think like. Oh wow, I did
Is that a
249.
PB though?
Okay, yeah, it is.
Did you route some of Coast Guard?
Got rank 20. When I did Dwam, yeah, I ran it. Yeah, I think I'm.
No. But did you do some of the routing for it? Routing of actually
It's different.
Like the fast way of.
I mean, it's different because we ran on hard in Dwamov, and that was.
Oh, okay.
We couldn't do eel. We couldn't take eel
Oh, okay.
damage.
Why were you
So it's
running
actually
high?
slower.
Yeah.
What?
It's we
I
need to
don't-
add eel.
I don't know.
I forget.
I don't know why like half that run exists the way it does.
Because
Yeah.
that doesn't give
Okay.
you any more explosive momentum, right?
Yeah.
Well, the eels.
No, like running on hard. You don't
Are
gain
eels in
anything
that
from
game?
that.
No, I don't think so.
Give us a tutorial on Ahop, sure. Okay. So, what you want to do is it's actually in the like lobby area of this map, but it's pretty simple. So Ahop, the easiest form of it is ABH, and the way to do that is you have to sprint. Sprint helps, but you can just normally walk forward and do this. So sprint, jump forward, and in air you want to turn around, 180, right? 180 and walk away. Anyway, yeah.
When you've got a
So
moment.
sprint, jump.
Look at where I ended up.
Yeah, I'll check it out in a sec. So yeah, you sprint, jump, turn around, and you just hold crouch and keep jumping. And this is ABH, and you can use this lobby area to help with it. And so yeah, so this is ABH, kind of the more common one. So like if I were to do it here, right, you can also sprint jump backwards like this too. And notice I'm not holding any movement keys. I only use A and D to kind of move me, right? If I come back here and hold like backwards, right, you see, doesn't work. So you gotta sprint, jump, turn around, or just sprint, jump backwards if you want. It's pretty easy that way. It gives you a ton of speed. And then there's two other variants. There's ASH and AFH. ASH is much easier. It allows you to see where you're going, but you have to kind of go at an angle, and you're holding S all the time. So the ASH, I'll do it looking to the left, but you can also do it looking to the right. You just flip the input. So ASH is sprint, jump forward, and look to the left, and hold S and D. And then because you're aiming at an angle here, holding S and D is going to go forwards because you're at an angle, right? So if the main way to kind of move is moving your mouse here. I mean, that's kind of also with ABH too, but like, yeah. So like you can see, you know, as I aim, I have to like overshoot. Like I can't aim right there because I'm not going to go that way. I need to aim further left. So it'll get me to the edge of the pier, and then I look left, and it sends me over there. AFH is a little harder. It's easier with more speed because you have less of a chance to fuck it up. So AFH is like ASH, except instead of holding D, you tap S the moment you land. And you have a very tight window to do it, because if you are just holding S and you don't properly tap it, you don't gain the speed. So this is AFH. Plus strafe significantly helps with this, because you can plus strafe translates your mouse movement into actual movement.
Yeah,
but
I love plus strafe. It's really good for the mod.
We'll most likely be removing it.
But why? It's used in Portal.
Yeah. So
Sad.
as you gain more and more knowledge of how to do Ahop, you kind of start mixing all three to just get like the best speed, right?
Yep.
So right here, like I'm gonna I tried to AFH there but missed it. It's kind of hard to AFH
Which
on
is the reason
slopes.
that Ahop
like,
is so cool. It's just
just the dynamic here.
Yeah, exactly. Being able to choosing which of the three you want to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you really know the map backwards, you can go full ABH, but I wouldn't recommend it. It is the fastest though. So like if you actually know where you're going.
That is. Like a lot of the time, on a lot of custom maps at least, like actually just controlling your speed is way more important than having speed.
Yeah.
So like on really hard Ahop maps, I expect for the most part, what matter is controlling your speed, not just having like as many units as you can. Because there is like a max speed in like most modes, including Ahop, right? You can't go above 35 in each axis.
So yeah, and you'll notice here, like at the beginning, like what I do is, this is a circle strafe, right? So you start looking forward the way you want to go, and then you hold sprint and then hold a direction to turn. In this case, I'm going to hold A, and you just do like a semicircle like that. And you can notice my speed if you look at my speedometer, right? Normal sprinting is like 320, right? But if you circle strafe, I got up to 473, right? So by the time I jumped. And so you just kind of circle strafe into a jump and crouch, and now I'm ABHing, and then I turn around to see where I'm going, etc. So like you start to combine like a lot of stuff together, and it really makes this nice dynamic like movement. And I love this map, and I love that it was possible to make this map. Because this was the bread and butter of Half-Life 2 runs, but it's so tedious in Half-Life 2 runs because you have fall damage and health, which is falling back to what that person was saying.
I mean, yeah.
This with health would have been the worst fucking map in Momentum or mode or both. Like, it's just so much to worry about, and it's so much more fun. Look at how much fun I'm having here. Like, I'm fucking zooming.
A lot to the run, I think. Having health management adds a lot to
the run. Yeah.
But as a map to actually do like momentum runs on it, it would be pretty horrible.
Yeah.
This map, like most displacements are a lot of the time just horrible on maps, but honestly, like on coast, especially because Embellish spent like literally hundreds of hours cleaning up displacements.
Yeah.
And giving them nice collision. It's really, really fun. And the fact this exists, like, just blows my mind that we got this in Momentum. That it's
it would be a different story if I had to manage health this run. So,
but like, if you've not seen Dwarmov before, I mean, it's really old now, but when that came out, I remember seeing Dwarmov's Coast. So Dwarmov is a Half-Life 2 segmented run from about 2013, something like that.
Yeah, no, 2014. Time flies. Yeah. 7 years ago.
Gok was one of the main runners in. I think Gok has like by far the most segments.
Yep.
And
the most time.
That, like, but that was so exciting, like seeing Coast done like that for the first time. If you want to see Coast really broken now, watch a Euxbus TAS of it. It's mind blowing. But Coast is really what like defines Ahop and ABH in my opinion, just because it's like it as its absolute best. And like, it's kind of a shame, you know, in HR2 run, it's only a couple minutes long. The whole run is, I guess now the run's pretty short actually. So. When I used to run HR2, like most of it, like Coast was just like this like nice fun bit, relatively like between just horrible clips on the end of town and prison.
Oh, you got out of the area you were in. I gotcha.
I did, yeah. I got stuck trying to do Post 07 or whatever it is, doing
Yeah.
it first, and I got stuck like in a bunch of rocks in a way I've never seen before. I don't know when we're gonna add Coastal 8, but I think we do need to get on and do that. So this map is actually finished.
Yeah.
Because
Under the
without
bridge.
Coastal 8, like yeah.
Isn't it like physically
Coastal 8?
bigger? It's
It was a joke. I meant I was gonna do streaming HR2 at some point, and I never did in the end, and I basically quit that game now. Where I wanted to do the run, but do Coastal 8.
But also do Coastal 8. To make some
And
time
not-
for it.
but not
Isn't the like IL?
and just act like it was normal.
Hey Ahop. Yeah, this map is pretty fun. Yeah, it's
Coastal 8 IL. That's fine.
the Coastal 8 IL is like 40 seconds, I think, because you can just rocket jump to the end.
Yeah.
With the RPG,
yeah, sure.
it's great.
Yeah, maybe you could show where Coastal 8 is, I guess, quite easily.
Yeah, here, let me see. Let me get to it.
Yeah, I used to do like Half-Life 2 speed runs, but I would just load up Coast and then just like exit once I got to the.
Yeah, I just don't have the patience to run it
Yeah.
really. Like doing a lot of the strats, like getting consistent at like. I guess now the run's a lot better, but around the time that I like properly quit was when void clipping was a thing. And, like,
Oh yeah, that was just
trying to do runs where like you have to do a void clip in the middle, which is fucking horrible. Like.
Yeah, that was like 2014. I think I was probably still on like a shitty laptop with a bad hard drive too. So it would be like, oh, let me do this void clip. I'm just gonna like freeze my game for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, we Bell is just like straight up removed where Coastal 8 actually is, but yeah, it's under this bridge normally. But...
Coastal 8 is on the Momentum iceberg actually.
God damn it. But yeah, so we are hitting our 3-hour mark here. Ooh, oh my god, this map is ruined. What the fuck? Could throw a conch in this hole. My goodness. Is there any other gameplay that people wanted to see that I could do real quick? Did a little bit of KZ there, so no KZ requests. We don't have that in the game, but you just saw some.
In next couple streams probably.
Yeah.
Q&As in a couple months we should see it.
Parkour. I have defragged a little bit.
We played a tiny bit of EQ3, but
Yeah.
we'll do it properly when it's further in.
You want to see some sticky jumping?
Ooh, and parkour. All right, let me show parkour really quick because that's literally any map.
Yeah.
PK beef.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, I don't have it. I need to download it real quick. PK
I was
beef.
streaming. Some sticky jump just on the side.
Oh, I entered it, so this should be it. There it goes. Hold on, I gotta reboot.
Oh.
Classic crash on coast. Fuck. We have to debug.
Is it just a windmill?
I can't believe that.
Oh god.
Like all these HR2.
Oh wait, yeah, hold on.
together,
You can actually do it in game. Let's do that. So that's there. So you can actually start map in a specific game mode, and then yeah, right click and go in with PK beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So parkour is the movement from Titanfall 2. It's going to be based on the slide hopping, and it's going to have like lurch and stuff. You have double jumps, you have wall runs. It's kind of silly.
So Parkour's not finished yet, Snowy. Parkour is this is from God, I forget the name of the mod.
Half-Life 2 mobility mod by Rob.
Mobility mods by Rob, yeah. Which we have to code from, which is a really good start, but
yes,
we're gonna polish it up and like really work on it properly.
I can't get.
Fortunately, we've got loads of the
Titanfall 2 speedrun community. Yeah, they're in.
So we're gonna.
I can't get out of the water. I'm stuck sideways.
Off locked in the water.
Oh god. Oh wait, hold on. I could probably double jump it. Hold on. I'm stuck sideways. It thinks I'm wall running. I think this is where it ends.
Yeah. New speedometer settings mode.
Oh, there we go.
they're
There we
in.
go.
We're gonna make some changes to them, I think. But yeah, they're basically in.
But yeah. So that's parkour. I'll do some sticky jump, and we'll round off the stream with that.
Oh, it's gonna be so fun working on parkour, like seeing it actually completed. Especially, yeah, getting input from all the Titanfall 2 runners and actually making something that people want to play. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I want to see, yeah, like really difficult parkour levels, like what the text will involve.
Oh, hold on. I just realized I didn't reset. Yeah.
You're not in the lobby.
I'm also not in the lobby. All right, I'm back. Let me restart shelter. The game mode override does not reset if you go through the official map selector and hit the play button. That's something we will fix. Don't worry.
Oh, the sticky launcher looks so good.
Yeah.
Usually our best V model. The rocket launcher is pretty good, but the Conc's pretty good actually, but the sticky launcher. Come on.
Come on. Come on.
Come on. Come on. Forget about it.
Damn it, there goes false. I'm already losing the race now.
Up a few times.
Yeah, it's almost like you're like good at this mode. And...
I've also played sticky jump a few times.
Yeah, how many thousands of hours?
Just a couple.
Too many.
Sticky
Although I
jump's
make up
cool
for
mode.
my
I
complete
wish I
lack
knew
of
how to play it.
skill in like anything else.
Yeah, you...
I'm like surprisingly bad at like
Oh,
surf
shit.
and Bhop.
There we go. But that is the goal of the game. If you're good at one, you can be good at them all.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, you don't jump.
Yeah, whiskey. We're gonna have some like custom,
No.
like V model cosmetics, and I really want to remake the bug bait. I think I'm probably gonna end up doing that myself.
Ooh, we gotta get subsurface scattering for that. Oh, that'd be so
Yeah.
cool if we had like an actual fleshy like bug bait.
Yeah.
2022 looking
Yeah.
new model.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
I do think subsurface gathering is something we really, probably will do. I need to go and like read a bunch of papers on like shader theory.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely something worth looking at.
Fuck. Aha!
That was complete luck.
That was, yeah. I did not anticipate that one.
Antlion Scrooge.
Oof.
I've had so much fun doing Blender stuff when I was doing the Christmas scene, and it makes me really
There
want to
we
do some like weapon cosmetics and stuff. And we are pretty much definitely going to be having like community submitted cosmetics and stuff in the future, right? So
Yes.
people want to do some modeling at some point. You won't be able to get them in yet, but you can maybe test them out on custom
Damn it.
stuff. But yeah.
Oh wait, no, that actually might be it.
Like, even if I wasn't on the Momentum team, I'd definitely be thinking of, like, stuff to model for the game to try to get in, because...
We got a
sounds like
parkour
so much fun.
enthusiast. Just wall running away. That's so cool. Oh my god.
Stuff like ultra rare nice skins, like, we can definitely do. It's just, it's not going to be some, like, expensive trading thing that, like...
Yeah.
But stuff that, like, really expensive skins to unbox sounds super fun. Like, I do feel like if you have, like, custom view models, stuff like that, should be like cost a lot, right? Because if you are like constantly like replacing, yeah. But yeah, that sounds. And bug bait Conc, we have to do it. It would just be ridiculous not to. When we do mount those assets, we could always just do that. But
yeah,
I want to remake the bug bait and then get hired by Valve to work on like Half-Life 3.
when you play as the bug bait in Half-Life 3.
When are you adding gambling for kids? Never. Yeah, those shitty mechanics of loot boxes,
random chance,
that are gambling, and the developers of those games know it's gambling, and that it's clicking into the exact same like harmful mechanisms to get people addicted to the gambling. We're not going to have that.
If
weirdly,
no money.
Yeah.
Gamble
Yeah.
your worthless units.
Did you guys see that fucking pogo? No! Damn it. Oh, that was so clutch. I'm probably the worst at sticky jump, but I kind of
Sticky jump is
understand.
really hard. It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's really.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not
Great
mean
to
to
watch.
dead that.
We're not doing NFTs either. Those are also stupid.
Yeah. Oh, I should have kept shooting. Damn it. I keep forgetting to. Like, that's, I think, my
Sticky
only
jump is
problem.
There's something so just precise and complicated about sticky jump that
I think sticky
No.
jump is the hardest game mode to get into
Oh,
I don't know about getting into it. I think sticky jump is maybe one of the hardest, like, full stop.
in general.
oh, there we go.
Yeah. I don't know, there's something about it that just seems
Oh.
maybe not. I don't know. You just get so much muscle memory for it that definitely one of the harder ones to get into. I think the hardest to get into is I don't know actually. Probably sticky jump Conc and Ahop are up there.
Yeah, I was
Damn.
thinking
I find
Conc and
Conc-
Ahop.
Sort of I don't know, some stuff about the kind of Conc just like rolls around everywhere. It's definitely quite unintuitive.
Yeah, this is like the
But,
perfect air pogo like tutorial right here. There we go. Got it.
Yeah, I find Conc quite difficult, even though I have like a lot of people draw comparisons to sticky jump, but like it's just so difficult on its own.
Mm.
Getting the timings right.
It's been so nice seeing how much people have enjoyed Conc. Like loads of people
Yeah.
using it and like saying they were gonna hate it and actually really liking it.
Yeah.
Like Kurt was kind of like that, where I think by the end of him playing Conc for an hour or so, like he was actually enjoying it quite a lot.
Yeah.
It's a surprisingly fun mode in a way. Like
Yeah. You don't expect it, right?
it's you know they roll about all over the place and the explosion radius stuff is just bizarre, but you play it and it's really fun.
I saw a little bit of text. The Panorama nameplates are sort of broken in a way where it's like they're there, but it's like the event is not getting fired correctly. And so like when a name gets shown or hidden, the panel doesn't really get that event. And so we just gotta debug it, but it'll come.
It's quite rocket jumping / defrag possible, Boogie. Yes. Well, we're
Yep.
working on it. We're adding it currently. So Lumia, one of our new devs, is currently implementing it. So we've just been getting CPM in. Alongside
Yes, that is
and then
the-
we'll be doing
yeah.
weapons and rockets and plasma we don't have yet.
Oh, so close.
So it absolutely will be in the future. But needs code for the weapons getting in and assets for that and getting all the maps ported and in. But yeah, it's absolutely something we're working on.
We should get to working on a plasma gun or something for defrag.
Yeah, we're gonna need some.
That'd be cool to work on.
Honestly, that could
I
just
mean-
be the SMG model for now. Like, because
In that case,
Yeah.
maybe we should make the SMG model good.
yeah.
Oh, my game crashed.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
Call the police.
Oh, right. Okay.
They're on their way. Yeah.
Implement guns and shoot people. You'll never be able to shoot other people, or they won't do anything because it's not like multiplayer like that. Or we don't.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, I'm so pleased. You know, it was only sort of a year and a half ago where like adding modes like Conc was sort of discussed, but not
Yeah.
sort of taken that seriously. And then,
Yeah.
you know, it seems like Conc in particular is going to be a really big success in that loads of people seem to be really enjoying it. And hopefully it's going to massively sort of revitalize Conc. And yeah, defrag as well. I mean, obviously defrag has communities in other games and it's really good in other games, and especially defrag. But
Can you not pogo on that floor?
No, you can. I just
Yeah.
I suck at pogoing.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Pogoing is.
I'm trying to just air.
Pogoing a
I
lot
want to
easier than trying to fucking
air pogo this one, but I will do it. Yeah.
I think Conc is going to be.
Why paint make noise? It used to be a gun, but it's also just letting you know. You can turn it off though in the settings. I think that's where we're gonna end it though. I think that's where we can end the stream. I'm hungry. So food. But yeah, is there anybody streaming Momentum Mod? No, it's just us. All right. Well,
Everyone gave up.
that's okay.
Source game.
Um,
3 hours is.
we were
kinda where
talking
do it.
about Titanfall 2. We could show it, Brian.
We were
Actually.
talking about
Ah, sorry. Double.
RTA in Japan is
Could actually raid Brian Otto. That's true. Yeah, or okay. No, I'm gonna let's raid Aimer. Let's raid Aimer.
Oh, let's go. The Bhop legend.
Mhm.
All right. The raid message, as always, please play Conc Smile. It's a classic one. You gotta adopt more people into the. What the fuck is your console doing, False? Oh
I don't know.
my God.
It's
That
not
is-
giving my settings either.
that is
when I...
awful. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. We'll catch you all in the next Q&A stream next month. The end of next month.
Whoa,
Thank you so
someone
much, Porky, for the sub.
Momentum, man.
And yeah, go and enjoy some expert bunny hop by Aimer. And yeah, see you all next time.
See you, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Laters.